It's John and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour one of John and Jim, and we are on location this afternoon. What a spectacular day it is. We're on campus at San Diego State. We're at Broken Yoke, which has been just a great spot for Aztec fans throughout the course of the years, and we're going to be here all afternoon long. We're talking Aztec hoops today. Brian Dutcher is going to swing by, in fact, at some point in the next 15 or 30 minutes. We'll talk to some Aztec players as well. And we've got you covered because basketball season is just days away. So we do want to thank the folks over at Broken Yoke, our friends over at the Mesa Foundation. They've got terrific specials over here. You've already enjoyed a burger.
Yeah.
How was that burger that you had just a few moments ago?
Oh, it was delicious. It was fantastic.
You pounded that thing.
Pause. Yeah, I did, John. I pounded it, and it was very delicious. It was very good. French fries, fantastic. Burger, delicious. Now, you're going to order some food here in a second.
Yes, I have actually ordered a
hold on.
No.
No, I'm going to guess.
It's not a burger.
No, I know it's like a burger. Let me guess. Like some veggie wrap or something?
Well, yeah, because I'm a
course.
vegetarian.
Yeah,
so, I ordered a pot roast. No, I ordered a spicy vegan scramble, which I think I had here like a few months ago, and it was terrific.
Not like it's a typical John Schaefer
exactly.
dish.
When you don't eat meat.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. At Broken Yoke, they've got something for everyone. We're at College and Lindo Paseo, all right? The corner right here, right by Trader Joe's, just off campus. This is the away game watch location for San Diego State basketball. You get here before a San Diego State game that's taking place at Viejas at 7 p.m., and this is your pregame spot. From 5 to 7, they've got deals on domestic pitchers. They have deals on craft beer pitchers. They've got great food. Listen to this. This is what I wanted to get you to do earlier, but you've already denied it.
I can't do this, John.
Dude, you have to do it sometimes for the show. So they have this 6-pound Montezuma challenge.
Okay.
Which is like a 6-pound burrito, right?
Yes, I know.
So all you have to do is eat the 6-pound burrito in 45 minutes. And
Easy.
You get it for free.
Oh, perfect.
And you've only had a burger today.
What if I don't?
I feel like after the burger, you try the 6-pound burrito.
What if I don't finish it?
Then it's $34.95.
Okay.
Which is, that's a fair price. What if here's the thing. Why don't we order it? If you don't eat it, you'll pay for it.
Dude.
And if you do eat it, then it's free.
Then I feel probably pretty awful because I can't eat that much food, and you know that.
All right, Brian Dutcher is in the building. He's going to join us live in about 10 minutes. The head coach of the Aztecs getting set for year number 9 on the Mesas. Aztecs were in action last night against USD. What'd you think? I know you were in the building last night.
No, I wasn't in the building.
So I saw our friend Darnay Tripp from NBC7.
Oh, must be nice.
Yesterday.
That's good.
I saw like all these people.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone's asking, where's Jim?
No, nobody asked where
Yes, Darnay asked.
Serious? Well, that's Darnay, not everybody.
Jake, our buddy Jake, CBS.
Jake CBS?
Yeah,
okay.
Jake from CBS. Dutch probably was looking for you.
You know what? I like I said, I couldn't go last night, John. And by the way, I only go for regular season games.
You only go for regular season games. All right. Well, the regular season is going to be here.
I go to
Tuesday
games
night.
that count, John. Okay. I go to games that matter.
All right, you'll tell Brian Dutcher that, who, by the way, is celebrating a birthday today.
Oh, must be nice.
Boy, Brian Dutcher.
Look at
We're going to talk to Brian Dutcher.
Where's the cake to blow out the candles?
You were supposed to bring it.
That was your job, not my job.
All right, Brian Dutcher is going to join us in a few minutes. Aztecs over USD last night. Jim was not in the building. I was, and San Diego State looked absolutely terrific. We're going to talk to some of these players over the course of the next couple of hours as well. And again, we're at Broken Yoke, so swing by because we're here until 6 p.m. What a day this is, Jim. Did you order up this weather? It's like we're in San Diego.
It's like every day is like this in San Diego, right?
This is like even better.
Well, this is a San Diego day.
For late October.
October 30th? Yeah, this is like you could say, hey, maybe it's June, maybe it's July, maybe it's August. I don't know because it's the same weather every single day here in San Diego.
100%.
So it's beautiful. Come on down. We're at the corner here at Broken Yoke. We're hanging out till 6 p.m. Come get some food, hang out with us. Aztec players will be showing up. Say hi to them. Dutch is already here. So, yeah, it's just a great spot to hang out, eat some food, and hang out in some good weather.
Well, if Dutch joined us in about 10 minutes. All right, what did you make of last night? There's two stories we're following. One, the World Series that was over may now end actually on Friday in Toronto with the Blue Jays winning it. And then, of course, the other story is this managerial search that's been playing out for days on end that Kevin Acee reported could come to an end this week, but apparently it's not coming to an end today with this being the World Series off day.
Well, we don't know that.
Officially coming to an end today. There won't be a press conference today.
We don't know that. This thing could happen at any moment.
No, I don't think we get a press conference.
No, not press conference.
But you think the Padres, all the Padres have tweeted for the last week is birthday announcements.
I know.
There was someone that had a birthday earlier today.
Yeah, it was Yuki Matsui.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Chef Yuki Matsui.
Okay.
but
it could be reported today.
And at any moment. And by the way, with I forget who the manager. Oh, the Twins. The Twins hired some like 33-year-old kid,
Butera or whatever, or whoever it was. Yeah,
and that was announced yesterday, like right before Game 5 of the World Series. I forget what other team hired a manager.
Oh, Blake Butera was hired today.
Yeah, Blake Butera was hired today.
He's 33.
Who was hired yesterday? I feel like someone was hired yesterday.
The Twins.
Yeah. Anyway, that was reported by John Heyman like an hour before first pitch of Game 5. So, I know that we've been talking like, oh, nothing ever happens around baseball on, game days for the World Series. And that's wrong. Things can be announced by reporters on game days, just like the teams aren't going to announce it. So really, we could find out any moment that the Padres are going to hire a new manager.
Like right now,
or in 5 minutes from now.
Honestly, a lot of the reporting is played out during our show, where we've seen like a report from Kevin Acee, the report just a couple of days ago that they had Albert Pujols as a finalist.
Yeah. So I am going off of the reporting of by the end of the week, which was said to us a couple days ago, and we are getting closer to the end of the week. And so I look at it as any moment we could find out who the next Padres manager is.
So I know that obviously, we saw Darren yesterday because he did SDFC Midweek Live. Darren's got his show that he does, Section 1904, right? He's doing great work there.
Mm-hmm.
And he, in his podcast, brought up the name again that we've discussed as well, Ryan Flaherty, as a potential finalist for this job. So yesterday we learned from Kevin that you had Albert Pujols, you had Ruben Niebla, who else? You had catcher.
Oh, Nick Hundley.
Yeah, Nick Hundley. And then if you added Ryan Flaherty into that conversation, that would be potentially 4 names that would still potentially be in the running for the job, which, again, makes sense. We've talked about Ryan Flaherty before. He was on staff here before. He's been a bench coach previously.
Like, I'm glad Darren said that because the name Ryan Flaherty, we talked about it. You were gone when we were talking about it, but it's such a, I feel like, duh, of course they did. Now, confirmation is good to have, and obviously Darren's provided that. But still, it would have – I just always viewed Ryan Flaherty as a guy that was going to be in the mix. I always viewed him as a guy that potentially could be the next Padres manager.
Is he a better or worse option than the other names that we've discussed over the course of the entire week? Is he better than Ruben Niebla? Is he worse? Is he better than Albert Pujols? Is he worse?
I mean, you tell me.
He would be in the same position in terms of, well, he's never managed in the major leagues.
Yeah, as far as like the name Albert Pujols being out there, and then you take a hard left and go to Ryan Flaherty. I don't think that it's like the most exciting move on the planet. It's like going from this like decadent ice cream flavor with like cookie crumbles in it and Oreo chips and cookie dough to like, by the way, here's a vanilla cone.
I like vanilla.
I know you do, but you get my point. You're going from this like exotic ice cream. It's new. You never had it before, but it looks really good, or it could be really bad. You don't know yet. But on first glance, that ice cream looks delicious. And then if you hired Ryan Flaherty, it's like, nope, here's a vanilla cone instead.
Honestly, the reason that it's compelling to me is only because of his relationship with Manny Machado. Now, I don't think that's a good reason to hire a manager.
Well,
but Manny
Pujols.
Well, no, but that's not just because of Manny. I think that's because of the entire like echelon of player you need to reach. I think that's Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Fernando Tatis Jr. I think that's reaching your stars.
But they do have a good relationship, though.
But he's relatable to him. Okay, yeah, but he's got a really good relationship with Flaherty, right?
And Pujols. I mean, they're the Dominican team. Pujols is the manager. Manny's on the Dominican team. When Pujols was here during his retirement tour, Manny like presented him I think they gave him like a surfboard or something.
So you're saying if the only reason to hire Ryan Flaherty is his relationship with Manny Machado, well, Albert Pujols is just a good relationship. That's
exactly.
Fair. All right, we're going to talk about it over the course of the next 4 hours. We're at Broken Yoke here, San Diego State College and Lindo Paseo. Please swing by. We're here until 6 p.m. We're going to be joined on the other side by the head coach of the Aztecs, getting ready for year number 9 on the Mesa as head coach. The Aztecs open on Tuesday night against Long Beach State here at Viejas Arena. And Brian Dutcher, celebrating a birthday, joins us live. Coming up next, this is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app. John and Jim live from the Broken Yoke Bro-Yo here on campus at San Diego State on this picture-perfect late October day, which happens to be Brian Dutcher's birthday.
Oh, look at that.
How about that? Dutch joining us live, celebrating a birthday, kicking off another season as the head coach at San Diego State. And first of all, happy birthday, Dutch. Good to see you.
Appreciate it. 66 years old. That's hard to imagine.
Wow, okay.
But, hey, it's better than the alternative.
I was trying to get yeah, exactly. I was trying to get John to sing happy birthday to you, but he declined. So.
We thought you were bringing something for Dutch.
You thought you were going to make me a pizza. I've been listening to you guys. I thought I'd get a pizza. No pizza.
Like I said, I'm still working on it. Perfection takes time. I can't just whip up a pizza without being perfect. So maybe in the future I'll make a pizza for you. No asparagus though. Sorry.
Asparagus pizza. We talked about that on a coach's show years ago.
We sure did. Let's start with Broken Yoke because I know this place has meant a lot to San Diego State men's basketball. You see your student athletes here all the time. We're going to be here this afternoon. Your players are going to be here later this afternoon. What does a relationship like this mean for your program?
It's everything. They're fueling our team. We eat a meal here every day. And during the season, and we have to fuel these guys. They burn calories. I don't know if I could eat every day, but they can because they're burning the calories. And Billy and Roy and Nick, and they take such good care of us. And it's like sometimes you have corporate sponsorships and you don't know any of the people. It's like you're excited about it, but it's the people that make everything so much fun. And these guys take incredibly great care of us. And they make us feel welcome, and they're easy to support their thing over here. And the food is great. The atmosphere is incredible. And I just want to thank those guys for their commitment to Aztec basketball and Aztec athletics.
And we haven't talked to you since the huge donation from Chase at Blenders of $5 million to the Mesa Foundation. What does that mean to you and especially the program to have that big of a donation from somebody, like you said, somebody that you can see, somebody you can talk to, have a relationship with, to invest that much into this program?
Yeah, and everybody hears about the money, and the money's significant and substantial. It raises the bar for us. But it's beyond that. It's Chase as a person that wants to help mentor our kids, guide them through life, help them market themselves. And so you can pour money into something, but then you can pour your being into it, and that's what he's doing. Yeah. He's pouring himself into our program. And there's no price for that. So we're grateful to have Chase being a part of everything we're doing right now in Aztec basketball.
Brian Dutcher with us right now from the Broken Yoke. We're on campus at San Diego State. Please swing by. We're here until 6 p.m. I'll start here, Dutch. Can you believe it's year 9 as head coach? I mean, that's gone super quick, right? My first year here was your first year as the head coach. I know you've been here for over a quarter century, but not 9 years. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I never know how many. I'm like, is it 8 or 9?
Yeah.
I'm not like keeping count. Yeah. So I feel good. I feel good about it. Like I said, if I was a head coach since I was in my 30s, I might be worn down by now.
Right. Yeah.
But for year 9, I feel like my energy's really good. I like the direction of the program right now, and we can't take anything for granted. We have to keep pouring into it every day, given everything we've got, players, coaches, everybody that's involved in our program. And if we do that, we'll continue to have success.
So first 2 exhibition games, UCLA didn't go your guys' way. Last night definitely went your way. How do you feel after the first couple of games here on the court, getting ready for the opener coming up here pretty soon?
Yeah, I felt good about UCLA. I mean, the fact we got down 17-0. I think the biggest relief of the last scrimmage game against San Diego was that we scored before the 8-minute mark and the fans could sit down. They clapped extra loud because they had stood so long the game before.
Like, thank goodness.
Oh yeah, thank goodness. Yeah, that was an article. Like, they were mad that they had to stand so long, and I'm like, I apologize.
Yeah,
we scored early in the second half. So, but no, UCLA was good. It taught us a lot of lessons that we put to use against USD, and even though the opponents probably weren't comparable, the schemes and what we wanted to do were. And so there were things we wanted to get better at based on the UCLA scrimmage, and I thought we did. And Coach Lavin's done a great job over at USD. It's hard to replace an entire roster, and that's what he's done, one returning player. And so their timing is going to be a little different than ours. He said after the game, you guys, have 8 returning players or something like that? I said, yeah, and that makes a huge difference, Steve. So I like your group. I like your talent. I think you guys will get there. The timeline's just different.
You've touched on this a lot, the importance of depth, but also the tightrope that you walk as a coach when you have a lot of really good players. I think it's better than the alternative, not having any good players, but you've got this deep group. How does that impact you heading into the year? How do you feel about that kind of tightrope that you'll be walking with 10, 11, 12 players that can play for you?
It's everything. I mean, it's them being able to accept it. It's easy to say, hey, accept your role. But when you're a young guy and basketball is everything to you and you want to be on the floor, and they asked Farrell last night, do you want to start? And, of course, he's smart politically. No, I want it, whatever it takes, whatever role I need to fill to contribute to winning. But then I just said, yeah, everybody wants to start. Yeah,
Right,
Farrell wants to start.
Yeah.
Heidi wants to start. BJ wants to start. Nick wants to start. Every player on my team wants to start, And so they have to be willing to accept whatever their roles are, and they could change game by game, practice by practice, depending on how they're playing and how they're contributing.
You've been asked the question about the depth of this team, and obviously the national championship team you've mentioned, like you had, players coming off the bench that the following year were in the conversation, like Jaden Ledee to be National Player of the Year, right? Or Karl Malone Award. But the depth of this team, and when you have a team with depth, how does that change things, how you coach, and how easier does it make it to have the depth that you have, a team like you have right now?
We can wear our opponents down at some point if we're playing fresh legs all the time and we're running, we're playing hard when we're out there. We're not trying to pace ourselves. We're giving everything we got for our segment. That can help win games. But you have to accept that. Sometimes you're like, I'm playing pretty good. Why am I coming out? Because you got fresh legs, but I'm playing good. So that's the fine line you walk as a coach. Who do you leave in because they're rolling a little bit, and who do you take out? And it changes game to game. And so that's going to be the key to my success this year, is how I can manage my team. And it won't be easy. It will be difficult. I know that already. But I told them I care about all of them. I want the best for all of them. But now I have to make hard decisions. And so you're going to have to live with them. And is that fair or unfair? I don't know. But you're here, and this is what it is, and you'll have to live with what I decide.
Brian Dutcher with us right now. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. We're at Broken Yoke on the campus of San Diego State on this gorgeous October day, which happens to coincide again with Brian Dutcher's birthday. For Miles Bird heading into this year, and I know he's been nicked up a little bit and hasn't been practicing fully, but for him to reach the full potential, for him to continue to evolve his game, what do you need to see from him this year?
Just consistency. We see Bird when he has big nights, and then he'll have a tough game or two, and now it's, can you consistently perform every night? And maybe it not be at the elite level, but the drop-off when you're not elite can't be all the way to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like every player strives for, being consistent night in and night out. And he's done that in practice when he's been out there. He's missed some time, obviously. But as he works himself back into good health, it's just being a more consistent version of who he is.
And about Magoon, update on him. How's he looking? I know that he's probably, eating here a lot because he's gaining some weight here, which is a good thing for his size. He was a stick when he first got here. But update on Magoon and how he's looking for the start of the season.
I mean, he's hitting all his marks as far as rehab and measurements and strength back in the leg. And so I think by November 6th, hopefully if he continues to hit those, he'll be cleared for full practice. So he's doing stuff now, 5-on-0, individual workouts, conditioning, building not only strength in that leg, but confidence in that leg. When you don't do anything on a leg for 6 months and all of a sudden you start going, you're subconsciously favoring it, and you're not trying to go off it as much because they've told you for 6 months, don't put any weight on it, make sure you're rehabbing it.
Yeah.
And so now you're being told, okay, go on it. And so there's a mental hurdle he has to jump to. I think he'll get there, but it won't be as fast as any of us want. He hasn't played a game. He played one game since last February when he got hurt. So there's going to be some timing issues, but I know when he's healthy, he's as good a player as there is in the country, and we're going to get him healthy.
Yeah, I think people forget sometimes with young players like Magoon Gwath in college has only played then collectively 20-something games. He redshirted, played 20 games, now he's coming back from the knee. It's funny, a lot of fans don't see, between year one and year two, they don't see the players. You see the evolution all season long or all year long. Can you speak to the growth from Farrell Compton and Taj DeGorville from year one to where they are right now entering year two? Yeah,
just experience as a great teacher. And they're not only on the court, but how they're eating, how they're conditioning, what kind of shape they're in. That's just part of the evolution in a player, is like not only skills, but eating habits, sleeping habits, all that goes into making you a better player. And they seem like they're in a good routine right now, and they're growing their games in every regard, on the floor and off the floor.
So preseason polls with the Mountain West Conference, being rated first in preseason here, you pretty much clean sweep across the board of everything. There's been years where, you guys haven't been voted as the preseason number one in the Mountain West Conference, and that could be used as like maybe motivation. But when you clean sweep, like everything. How do you approach that with your team?
Well, there's only one direction to go when you're projected to have everything.
Right.
Player of the year, freshman of the year,
Right. Defensive
unanimous
player of the
choice,
year,
defensive player of the year. So if we meet all those goals, it'll be a pretty good year.
It's great.
So, yeah. But no, we come to work every day. That's the key to any season. And anybody that's watched Aztec basketball since Steve Fisher got here, we get better as the year goes on. So we're never satisfied. And so we put the work in, and if I said work isn't always rewarded when you do it. Sometimes it takes time, but hard work at the end of the day is always rewarded. Yeah. So we put our work in. So what that means at the start of the year or early in the year, I don't know. Hopefully we hit stride right away. But if we don't, I know we'll get there eventually.
Judge, before you go, opening night officially Tuesday night, Viejas Arena, Long Beach State. A former assistant of yours, Chris Acker, of course, coaching at the beach right now. What do you want fans to know about this opening game coming up Tuesday night, San Diego State, Long Beach State?
They look like the Aztecs. You know, they close out. They play really good defense. You know, they're hard to score on. They share the ball, and so Chris was important to our program, and he's done a good job at Long Beach building his own now. He's got a lot of new pieces. I think he's only got one returning player. So for them to look like they did, I watched their LMU scrimmage, who they beat pretty handily. And obviously they got beat by Point Loma in a close one. But I think they're making strides, and they'll be a real challenge for us on opening night.
Opening night, Viejas Arena. It is back. You're number 9 for Brian Dutcher, who was kind enough to join us this afternoon
on his birthday.
On my birthday.
On his birthday. And speaking of, because it is your birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Pancakes. Happy birthday, dear Dutch. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it. Let me blow these out.
All right. Got a stack of pancakes with some candles in it.
They
some
didn't have
strawberries.
They don't have pancakes big enough to fit 66 candles.
No,
they got 6 on there.
Yeah, they got 6. That's good enough. That's close enough. Yeah.
Dutch, enjoy it. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dutch.
All right, much more from the Broken Yoke. We're talking San Diego State basketball this afternoon. Stay with us on John and Jim.
All right, this update is brought to you by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air. Game 6 of the World Series will be on Friday night as the Blue Jays are looking to close out the Dodgers and win their first World Series since 1993. Of course, the Dodgers are looking to force a Game 7, which would be on Saturday night. Speaking of Saturday night, we have the Aztecs taking on Wyoming for homecoming. That game's at 4 p.m. You can listen to that right here on San Diego Sports 760. And SDFC takes on the Portland Timbers in Game 2 of their quarterfinals match of the MLS Cup. That game can be heard on our sister station, Jammin' 95.7. Kickoff time is at 6:30. Pregame is at 6 p.m. Need HVAC this month? Get 0% for 18 months on a new system. Schedule your free proposal at AndersonPHA.com. Anderson, fast, reliable, wow.
All right, back live. John and Jim on location. Broyo, Broken Yoke, San Diego State. Great to catch up with Brian Dutcher celebrating a birthday. Aztecs basketball getting ready for their opener at Viejas Arena on Tuesday night. Look at those pancakes. So Dutch has pancakes for his birthday. I hear my spicy vegan bowl has arrived.
Show everyone on YouTube.
Can you see it?
No, you
Hold
can't.
on.
No, just hold it up to.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, you can't. Look
There
at
you
that.
go.
That looks good for being like spicy and vegan.
I mean, it is so on brand.
Let me try it.
It is the most on brand thing ever. Is it good?
It's good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it is. You like
Spicy though.
Yeah, I can't do
But
spicy.
its first word was spicy.
Yeah, when usually the first word of a menu item is spicy, it's probably going to be spicy. John.
You're not a spice guy?
Not a spice guy. Not a spice guy.
You're more of a, like a spice girl?
No.
But
I'm bummed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you're not. That's interesting because you're such like a foodie.
I am. I can handle like a little spice, but if you like punch me in the face with it,
let me punch you in the face.
I'm not.
See what
It's not going to go over well. I can tell you that it's not going to go over well.
Dude, Broken Yoke has basically everything.
Yes, I know.
When you think about it, because you've got this is like a pregame hangout before Aztec basketball,
breakfast, lunch, dinner.
That's the thing. People think breakfast, but in actuality, here we are mid afternoon.
Yeah, I had
a before Aztec games.
I had a cheeseburger before, and it's delicious. They also have wraps. They have every like breakfast item you could possibly have, burritos. I mean, it's all here.
All right. Do you want to, because there is still time for you to try the 6-pound Montezuma challenge, which is the 6-pound burrito, and if you eat it all, it's free, and if you don't, you pay $34.95.
Here's the thing: if I got it, I know you. We all know I ain't finishing it,
dude. Me and you would not get close to finishing.
No,
it.
Me, you, and Mike
Usher is
and
engineering here.
Dom and Caroline.
We could try.
We could all try, and it would probably still not happen. Maybe Brent.
Could Brent eat? That's a great question.
Now there are certain.
They'd have to take the onions out.
What? Yeah, there's certain things that can't be in it.
But what if it was like made to Brent specifications?
Yeah, like if it was your perfect burrito, Brent, could you do it?
Yeah, I could probably do it.
Now you have 45 minutes to
complete
it.
I trust Brent. I think he could.
I would get farther than you guys would.
100%.
Have you ever seen a 5-pound dumbbell? Those are the really heavy ones.
Yeah. I know.
They're hard to lift.
It's hard for you to lift, right? Yeah.
5 pounds.
I know. It's that's a lot of weight.
I mean, when Jones was born, he was 5 pounds 14 ounces. This burrito is 2 ounces more than Jones.
Did you have to have Kristen help you hold Jones?
I don't like the analogy of like comparing eating Jones to like eating.
What's wrong with you today?
I don't know, but like 6 pounds is a lot of food.
It is a lot of food.
Didn't they just say they had a girl come in here that weighed like 100 pounds that just ate it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I saw on their social media page on Instagram. I want to say,
all right,
this girl that was like you said, 100 pounds. She comes in here and she eats it. Yeah, right here. The Montezuma Revenge Challenge.
Yeah.
And it's on their Instagram page, Broken Yoke Cafe SDSU.
Yeah.
She's wearing an Eagles hoodie. Aaron would be proud. 6 pounds. She ate the whole thing, or at least, well, most of it. It looks like she made a pretty big dent. Like she made a huge dent in that thing.
You would have eaten like 2% of this thing.
No, I would have 3 bites and it's over with.
You can find them, by the way. Yes.
To wrap this up, not happening.
You're not going to do it.
No, you can peer pressure me all you want. Not happening.
You can check out what we're talking about at Broken Yoke Cafe SDSU on Instagram. Broken Yoke Cafe SDSU on Instagram. Miles Bird, the preseason player of the year in the Mountain West Conference, back for his fourth year on the Mesa, will join us in the 3 o'clock hour. BJ Davis, who had that breakout year last year as a sophomore, will join us in the
new
3 o'clock
haircut.
hour.
BJ Davis.
That's
new
right.
Look.
It's not that new anymore. I mean, it's new for Aztec fans if you haven't seen him since last year, but he probably cut it about a half a year ago.
I know.
After the season.
I remember seeing a picture of him at the Jam Center, and I'm like, did they get a new player?
I think I asked him this summer. I said, "Are you walking by people?" Oh yeah, maybe it was on the show.
Yeah.
I said, "Are you walking by people and people are doing double takes, or do they not know who you are?"
Like, who's this?
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, that's absolutely happening."
100%.
Then we'll be joined at some point by one of the freshmen, either LZ Harrington or Tay Simmons, who both played really well yesterday in that victory over USD. So a lot in store for you. Come hang out with us. We're over at Broken Yoke SDSU on campus here over at San Diego State. We do have tickets to give away today, by the way. We will give away San Diego State football tickets for homecoming coming up on Saturday. We didn't really touch on the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
So Game 5 yesterday was utter, complete Blue Jay domination.
Yep.
Again, now not a lot of talk. A lot of the narrative is, well, Dodgers are an older team. It's harder for them to overcome an 18-inning game.
Give
and
me a break.
None of the credit to the starting pitching each of the last 2 games now from the Blue Jays, but from the first inning, they jump off on Blake Snell.
Mm-hmm.
They only allow 1 run in the entire game, and now they're heading home with a chance to win the World Series on Friday night.
The last 2 games of the World Series are probably some of the most impressive wins in the circumstances that they were facing that you'll ever see. I mean, the gut punch of losing Game 3 in 18 innings. And then to come back the following 2 nights and completely dominate the Dodgers, again, those are 2 of the more impressive victories you'll ever see in a World Series after a team loses the way they did and to go down 2-1 in the series. Bieber on Tuesday night, nobody was talking about Bieber and his performance. Everyone was talking about what Ohtani didn't do. It's like, no, actually, Shane Bieber completely outpitched Ohtani, and it wasn't even close. And then last night, Trey Savage, a World Series performance for the ages. 12 strikeouts. His rookie year would be next season, by the way, because of when he got called up this year. So technically, his rookie year is next year. He can win Rookie of the Year next year if he pitches well. Just utter domination. I don't want to hear anything about the Dodgers are tired after their 18 innings and back-to-back games and the Dodgers aren't doing this, the Dodgers aren't doing that. Well, you know what the Blue Jays are doing? They're causing the Dodgers to look awful.
Yeah, like Buster Olney last night tweeted out, rival evaluator, and there's a quote, seems to me that the 18-inning game took a lot more out of the Dodgers than the Blue Jays. Dodgers are the older team, so that's to be expected.
Give me a break.
And by the way, then someone in the reply said, oh, by the way, Buster, according to ESPN, the Blue Jays are the 2nd oldest team in baseball.
Yeah.
So no, you can't equate what's played out the last 2 days, and you can't excuse it away. It's not because there's no reason other than to give the Blue Jays credit. To your point, it's been all based on starting pitching, and they've had excellent starting pitching and just pitching in general these last 2 games.
One of my favorite tweets, because this just shows how ridiculous Dodger fans are. Doug McCain, he does Dodgers Nation, covers the team. He tweeted out, if Dodgers don't go on to win this series and squander a chance to establish a dynasty, they need to take a long, hard look at some wholesale changes behind the offense. They have vastly underperformed and have been at their worst when they needed. Hold on, pause. When you have a $350 million payroll, no excuses. None. I don't want to hear it from the Dodger fans. I don't want to hear, well, they need to make changes. Nope. Sorry.
Well, what change are we even talking about? You have the future Hall of Famer littered throughout your lineup. What's the change? I mean, you have Ohtani, you have Freeman, you have Betts, you have Will Smith. What else do you need?
No, it's utterly laughable that the Dodgers and Dodger fans, if they lose this series, it's not over yet. If they lose this series, will be campaigning for the Dodgers to go out and sign like a Kyle Tucker or a Schwarber or a Pete Alonso or whatever power hitters out in the market because their offense wasn't good enough in the World Series. Give me a break.
Yeah, and you are right. If the Blue Jays do ultimately win the World Series, and they still have to win another game, but if they do win the World Series, it will not be about Toronto winning their first World Series since 1993. It'll be about how the Dodgers failed to win a second consecutive World Series, and what are the ramifications of that?
Yeah, it's an utter joke how that narrative will be out there, because it will be out there, instead of the fact that the Blue Jays, if they win, it's not over yet, if the Blue Jays win, you could argue that they completely dominated the series. Like, you could argue that.
Well, I mean, they honestly had more opportunities to win Game 3 than the Dodgers did, certainly before extra innings.
And if they go on to win a Game 6 back in Toronto and they take the series 4-2, I mean, other than a performance from Yamamoto in Game 2, it's like, dude, you got dominated the entire series.
Did you see that I posted something I thought that was pretty interesting, which I said Game 6 could be seen as an important one now.
It could be.
It could be an important game.
Thanks,
in the
Magic
series
Johnson.
Now that the Blue Jays have a 3-2 lead. All right, we'll get back to this Padres managerial search. We're at Broken Yoke SDSU. Come join us. We're here until 6 p.m. Miles Bird, BJ Davis. The Aztecs basketball team is going to swing by. Brian Dutcher is in the building right now celebrating a birthday. We're here until 6 p.m. Great spot for food and drinks. Swing by. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760 and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, Broken Yoke SDSU here until 6 p.m. talking Aztec hoops. The men's basketball team will be here in the 3 o'clock hour. Miles Bird, the preseason player of the year in the Mountain West, is going to join us in the 3 o'clock hour. Great food and drinks. This is your pregame hangout for San Diego State men's basketball. So get here this season. Broken Yoke on campus here at San Diego State. All right, I'm gonna quiz Jim, who was not at the USD game yesterday, and see if he knows anything about what happened. Okay, because he has no idea. He should. Let's see how much he knows. So, name me 2 of the 4 Aztecs that were in double figures last night in scoring. Any 2 players that were in double figures in scoring last night for San Diego State?
Farrell Compton, LZ Harrington.
LZ Harrington last night had 12 points. Farrell Compton last night had 9. Wrong.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
But he had a very good game. He was 4 of 4 from the floor.
I'm an idiot.
And he did that in like 20 minutes. Actually, no, 16 minutes.
All right, what else you got?
Reese Dixon Waters scored a game-high 17 points. And Latrell Davis had 13 points. And Taj DeGorville had 11 points.
You're looking at the box score.
Well, yeah, but I was also there.
Yeah, but if I asked you, could you have said that? No, you didn't even realize.
I really couldn't.
You didn't even realize that Farrell Compton didn't have double digits.
All right, I'm going to ask you a couple of more questions. Who led San Diego State in rebounding last night?
I'll go back with Farrell Compton.
No, Miles Hyde had 8.
Okay.
And then I'll ask you
why are you doing this?
I don't know. It's kind of fun. What was the final score of the game? How many points did the Aztecs win by? Roughly.
Roughly 30.
Correct. 87-54.
Yeah.
So they won by 33. They led 48-24 at the half. And everyone played.
Why are you doubting me, bro?
I don't know. You were pretty good. You did a pretty good job.
Yeah, exactly.
And this was without Miles Bird, who is still coming back from injury. He's going to be, I'm sure we'll talk to him. I'm sure he'll be available on Tuesday. And this was without Magoon Gwath as well. Last question, and this is kind of a joke. Name someone on USD.
Yeah.
You can't name any Torero?
There was that one kid.
There was that one kid. There was that one kid that scored.
A couple buckets. Yeah, a couple buckets here and there.
All right. So it gets underway for real Tuesday night against Long Beach State. Of course, a lot of the focus in the preseason, Jim, is going to be on Las Vegas. Players Era Festival.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Tim Murray not liking the Players Era Festival, saying that it ruined the Maui Invitational.
Well, yeah, because the Players Era Festival is more aligned with today's college basketball, which involves like revenue share.
I know. So, sorry.
Sorry, Tim.
Sorry, Tim.
I
get it. If the Players Era Festival, I think, is great for college basketball.
I mean, it's massive for San Diego State.
I know the history of like the Maui and whatnot, but at the same time, with the way that college athletics are now, NIL money is everything. And if they create a tournament that pays the programs to be in the tournament, I'm choosing that every day of the week over the Maui Invitational. Even though the Maui Invitational, is fun or used to be fun, and it was, if you were part of the Maui Invitational, like that was pretty cool, right?
Pretty prestigious.
Exactly. Yeah. You have a pretty good field, and the Aztecs have been in the Maui before, multiple times. So, yeah, it's just the way college basketball is nowadays.
And I feel like with Players Era for San Diego State, it checks all the boxes. You don't have to fly to Hawaii. Vegas is a home away from home. You get the premier opponents, right? Michigan, Oregon, whomever else that checks that box. You get the financial benefits, checks that box. So it's like it's checking all the boxes. Now, a year ago, I've heard Dutch talk about it. I mean, San Diego State, one of the true strengths of their resume was beating Houston in Las Vegas.
That was like the golden ticket for them to make March Madness.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Creighton also in Las Vegas. So, are they getting to the NCAA tournament without beating Creighton and Houston in Las Vegas?
No.
It would have been a lot harder.
No chance.
Right.
Well, maybe not no chance, but it probably wasn't going to happen.
Right. So that's why this time around, I think the expectations for this team are obviously higher, right? They fancy themselves to contend to win the Mountain West Tournament Championship regular season title as well. But they'll have the chances again to build that resume in November when they take on a program like Michigan, preseason top 10. They play on a neutral floor Arizona this year. Mm-hmm. They'll play Oregon again. They'll play someone else in Las Vegas. And, we say this and it sounds cliche sometimes because we've said it so much this offseason. I don't recall ever this level of anticipation for San Diego State basketball in terms of what the expectations are. Everyone's always anticipated it. But here locally, and I think nationally as well, you're seeing some people that really are as high on San Diego State as maybe they've ever been on the Aztecs.
I think the year after they made the national championship game, expectations were pretty high. When you say
Yes, but they lost huge
I know.
pieces from that team,
Yeah.
right? The
They-
Matt Bradleys, Nathan Menses, Aguka Ropes, Adam
Seiko,
Seikos. I
yeah.
mean, massive Keyshawn Johnson,
but they kept Micah Parrish, Jaden Ledee,
Lamont Butler.
Darion Trammell.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think they kept key pieces, but they also lost key pieces.
He did.
Where this time around, it feels like they've retained almost all of the key pieces.
You're looking at this team as like last year was the first step, and then the next. It's like in professional sports. It's like this team made the postseason this year, but they fell short. So like next year's the year they get over that hump.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what you're looking at here, because college athletics is turning into like professional sports because of NIL and the pay to plays and keeping a roster intact. The transfer portal obviously is massive, but if you can keep your roster intact, that's just a massive thing for any program.
That's the amazing part about what San Diego State, Brian Dutcher and his staff have been able to do. They've retained players. Yeah. And you talked about the relationship with Chase Fisher at Blenders, or the Players Era Festival, or those that have given to the Mesa Foundation over the years. I mean, those dollars have been so crucial to retaining this roster. And you've got, a highly skilled team heading into 2025-26, and all these returnees as well on the Mesa here. Coming up Tuesday night, of course, you can hear all Aztec men's basketball games right here on San Diego Sports 760. Our pregame coverage on Tuesday is going to begin at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. pregame coverage, and of course, you can hear it right here on San Diego Sports 760. Now, are you going to be doing any more eating between now and 6 p.m.?
Probably.
What's next in store for you?
I'm still digesting the burger, John. Why do you want to? You're like trying to force me to eat. You're like, Jim, just eat a bunch of food. Here's a burrito. Here's pancakes.
I very rarely see you actually eat a meal. I was so surprised to see you. Did you eat the whole burger? I think you did.
Most of it. Yeah.
But you always are like nibbling.
I know. I'm a nibbler.
Jim eats like a little piece of this and a little piece of that. Yet he wants to go make pizza.
I'm a snack kind of guy. I live off of snacks.
You really do.
Yeah. Meals. But I just snack my way through life.
Meals, yeah, but I snack my way through life.
Yeah.
All right, so we're here until 6 p.m. Get to the Broken Yoke, SDSU. Great spot for a pregame hang. We'll be here all afternoon. Again, San Diego State's men's basketball team will swing by this afternoon as well. We're talking about the Aztecs as they get ready for their opener next week against Long Beach State. Hour 2 of John and Jim on San Diego Sports 760 and live on the iHeartRadio app is next. at 3:15.
All right, this update is brought to you by Lowe's. Game 5 of the World Series last night. Blue Jays dominated the Dodgers to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 will be tomorrow night in Toronto as the Blue Jays are looking to win their first World Series championship since 1993. Of course, the Doyers are trying to force a Game 7, which would be Saturday night. Saturday night also, San Diego State football takes on Wyoming for homecoming, 4 p.m. kickoff. You can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760 with the Aztecs on San Diego Sports 760. SDFC versus the Portland Timbers, game 2 of their quarterfinal match in the MLS Cup postseason will be heard on our sister station, Jammin' 95.7, 6 p.m. pregame there, 6:30 kickoff time on Jammin' 95.7. With Lowe's Blueprint Takeoff, you can turn blueprints into competitive quotes. Bring Lowe's your plans, and they'll generate itemized material list to make quoting faster and easier. Visit the Lowe's Pro Desk to get started today.
Getting you all set for that drive home. Let's just start the show. Here's John and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour 2 of John and Jim. We're at the Broken Yoke Bro-Yo here on campus at San Diego State, here until 6 p.m. Great spot, swing by with the corner of College and Lindo Paseo. Got the easy access. They've got the pregame hangouts. They've got great deals going on, by the way. If you get here before an Aztec basketball game, and we're talking Aztecs basketball today, they've got $15 domestic pitchers.
Like it.
Not like Otani, like beer pitchers.
Oh my God.
They're not like,
hey, you got
they don't pitch and hit.
Yeah,
They're just pitchers.
Yeah, we have a Shohei in the back. You want them?
They've got domestic pitchers for $15. They've got $20 craft beer pitchers as well. So this is the spot. Great pregame hang before Aztecs men's basketball. Great food. You've been eating burgers. I've been eating
burgers, plural.
I've been eating spicy vegan scrambles.
Yes.
Just one of them.
Of course.
They've got this 6-pound Montezuma challenge that we've tried to rope Jim into doing, but it's not going to happen.
Zero chance.
If you complete the challenge.
I'll watch someone do it. Hey,
I would love to watch someone do it.
Look, if
Can
you
one of
are
these players do it?
If you're listening to us right now or you're watching us on YouTube and you wanted to come on by, like if you come on by, I'm putting John in this right. He doesn't even know what I'm going to say right now.
You're going to have me pay for it if they don't complete it?
100%. So if you come by and you order the Montezuma Challenge burrito, and if you don't finish it, John will pay for it. So it's like literally free.
I'm not going to do that for like 60 people.
No, just one person. Whoever comes to us first, if you choose to do so, John will pay for it if you don't finish it.
I'll do that, and then the next time I pay you for some type of something, I'll just take $17.
I mean, you still owe me like sushi for something.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That is a good point.
I mean,
okay, then
look, if you want to come by the Broken Yoke Cafe, hang out with us, Aztec players are here, Dutch is here, and you want to try the Broken Yoke Cafe Chat Burrito Challenge, if you do not finish it, don't worry, John's got it.
All right, the team is showing up as we speak. I think Miles Bird is in the building. We see BJ Davis, Magoon Gwath, Miles Heide. So the team's going to be here if you want to swing by. We're here until 6 p.m. We'll talk to Miles Bird and BJ Davis this hour. And if you missed Brian Dutcher on his birthday, you'll hear a portion of that conversation coming up in the 5 o'clock hour as well. So we're keeping our eye on the start of the basketball season. That's why we're here at Broken Yoke on campus at San Diego State. We talked about last night, Game 5 of the World Series, and we've been discussing this Padres manager search as well. It's kind of quiet. We're just waiting for the tweet when it comes to the manager, right? I mean, what else is going to happen? We're going to get a tweet in the next, let's say, between any time and 48 hours from now, and that's when we're going to learn who the next manager of the Padres is.
By the way, I feel very confident with my pick as far as who will be the first person to report on the manager search.
Right, you had
hire.
national, right?
I had national. And, I think national is going to come through for me.
Who do I have? AJ Casavello hasn't tweeted
screwed.
since October 3rd.
Yeah, love you, AJ. But we know you're not going to be breaking this news.
Where is he? It's been 27 days since he tweeted.
He's taking a much-needed long vacation, which I don't blame him.
Where's we need that.
We do need
I
that.
need that much-needed long vacation.
No, buddy, you're just starting.
I know, but that doesn't mean I don't need it.
How? By the way, we haven't really talked about this. So, how do you feel now that you are going to be entering the part of your year where you're going to turn into Ted Leitner? where you're going to be broadcasting football and basketball games for the next couple months here until
I feel
football
good.
season's over with?
I feel good knowing I have you as the anchor of John and Jim here.
Oh, really?
So that's what I feel
Me?
good about, having you. So if I have to, go to Laramie for a basketball game or go to Fresno State for a football game, I could just say, Jim, it's all on you.
Oh, perfect.
For the rest of mankind's history.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put it on you.
What if like I'm gone?
You exploded?
Yeah. What if I'm exploded? What if I ate the burrito and I exploded? Then what?
Brent is fully capable of doing a 4-hour solo show while engineering and board hopping and doing all that. It's very simple. This is not hard.
Easy.
What we do is not hard. We talk.
Rocket science here.
How I feel is I'm very excited, but this is a busy time.
How does Kristen feel?
I don't think she feels great. I don't, because let's use next week as an example. Well, there's an Aztec basketball game Tuesday,
right?
And then there's a football game. There's a football game in Hawaii Saturday. So think about that. We have Tuesday basketball. Okay, that's great. Home opener, start of the year, going to be awesome. Then Friday morning, we'll hop on a plane for Hawaii.
Oh, must be nice.
The Big Island. What is it? Honolulu,
bro. Do you even Hawaii?
We're going to Hawaii.
We're going to somewhere in Hawaii.
So I'll go there Friday morning, and then they'll play a game Saturday night, 8 p.m. Pacific Saturday night. And then listen to this. Men's basketball will play that Sunday at 2 p.m. So we're in Hawaii, 8 p.m. Pacific. They'll play the game. That game ends at, let's say, 11:30 Pacific. Let's say we're en route back to San Diego 2 hours later, let's say 1:30 a.m.
Okay.
Let's say 5-hour flight. We're getting to San Diego at 7 in the morning. By the time we get to campus, it's 8. And then I'm calling a game at 2. So logistically, it's challenging. And that's why it's nice to know I have you.
And 7 a.m. San Diego time is what? 5 a.m. Hawaii time?
Correct.
4 a.m. Hawaii time.
Is it 2 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours.
3 hours? Is it dependent on daylight savings or no?
No, it's 3 hours.
It's 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah. Okay. I think it is. Yeah.
I think you're wrong.
Probably am.
Because it says the game starts at 6 o'clock Hawaiian time, which I think is 8 o'clock.
No,
Pacific time.
If it starts 6 p.m. Hawaiian time, then it's 9 p.m. No, it can't be right.
No, that's not right. What are you asking me?
I'm just asking you.
It's a lot, dude.
It's a lot.
This is the issue, and I've said this before. Listen. I think we were given a good opportunity. Like, they wanted our show. The show was so good. The show was so good. They elected to go from a 3-hour show. They gave us a 4-hour show.
That's not what they
felt like there was
That's
so
not
much.
what they told us.
They felt like 3 hours. Brent says behind. Okay, but they felt like the show was so good they wanted to extend it. There was so much to talk about. But when you have a 4-hour show plus you're calling basketball and football and traveling, it's a lot.
It sounds a lot.
What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing because it's a lot.
But again, the good news is,
so it's 2 hours.
We have
right?
Jim Russell. 2 hours next week because the time changed.
Oh, okay.
So somehow that is not happening in Hawaii. It's not happening in Hawaii. Thank you, Mike Usher.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
Honestly, you might be the standby men's basketball play-by-play guy for Sunday.
Bro, I ain't going to be here.
Sunday?
Okay.
It's true. I mean, you probably won't literally be here on Sunday. But anyway, if we need someone, we're going to need someone potentially.
But I mean,
How do I feel? I feel great. I mean, here's where I would feel awesome.
Have you talked to Ted?
If I wasn't married, if I didn't have a child,
it's great.
If I had nothing else in my life,
it's great.
If I had you to cook for me,
you would be eating broken yolk every day.
Handled for me,
you'd be eating a bunch of
spicy vegan if I had everything handled for me, it would be amazing. No, have I talked to Ted about what it entails?
Yeah, you are doing exactly
Ted was calling
what
Padres games.
No. Oh, that's right. He was doing more than you. But what my point was, way back in the day.
Someone said, "What's the question?"
Way before me and you were here.
Yeah. Like in 1995, presumably Ted's doing a radio show.
Padres.
But he was doing
newscast. Aztecs.
You think that's good for like a relationship? And
I know, ask Ted.
I mean, it's a lot. It's obviously it's a lot. But I'm thrilled for the opportunity.
But you're the new Ted.
Do you think you could do what I do?
No, I could barely do what we do now.
I mean, think about also what we do with like the wrap-up show. I mean, that is a beast.
Thank goodness the wrap-up show isn't during this time of the year. Imagine if it was,
Yeah, imagine if actually we were doing like a wrap-up show and it was Game 7 of the World Series or something.
and you had like Aztecs basketball,
and football.
Because the Game 7 would be Saturday night.
It's fine.
It's okay.
It's no big deal.
No biggie.
Call an Aztec football game, go do a 4-hour wrap-up show following Game 7.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a long way of saying, I'm ready to rock and roll. I mean, I worked in minor league baseball, Jim.
I know.
Have you ever heard of minor league baseball?
You're very seasoned with
seasoned.
having no life.
Here's the thing: when you do you'll do like a 3-hour show, and you're like, "Oh, this is ridiculous."
No, we don't.
I've had to work for like 3 hours.
No.
I got here at 11 a.m.
Bro, if we did 3-hour shows, cakewalk, bro. Cakewalk.
Completely.
4-hour shows does a little bit of a grind.
All right, so coming up this hour, I don't know if they're fully aware, but both Miles Bird and PJ Davis are going to join. Miles, are you joining us first? You join at 3:15 or are you eating? You're 3:15.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to talk to Miles about what he's ordering, but he's going to join us coming up in a few minutes. So we'll take a time out. Miles Bird, preseason Mountain West Player of the Year, the most tenured Aztec, back for year number 4 on the Mesa. He'll join us on the other side. We're here until 6 p.m. Broken Yoke SCSU. Get down here. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760 and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, back at the Broken Yoke, San Diego State getting ready for Aztec basketball. They'll get underway officially Tuesday night against Long Beach State. We'll talk about that coming up over the next couple of hours, so get down here. Always our pleasure to be joined by Miles Bird, who was recently named Mountain West Preseason Player of the Year. Back for year number 4 on the Mesa, which is hard to believe. You were part of that national championship team back in 2023. Time flies, doesn't it? I was just saying, Dutch is entering his 9th year.
Yeah.
You're entering your 4th year of college.
Yeah.
Has it gone by in the snap of a finger?
I say even faster than that, honestly. I mean, just like a blink. I mean, came in here, didn't expect a lot my first year, and, just through hard work and putting my head down and continuing to work, I think – I blink and I'm a senior already, which is kind of crazy to say.
That's crazy. Like we were talking about the national championship run and, remembering that moment, like for you. And then now, 4 years later, you're the preseason Mountain West Conference Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
You are entering your final year at San Diego State, coming back here, the team, a lot of returning players. For you, like just the excitement level that you must be feeling getting ready to go for this season.
Excitement, gratitude.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of feelings coming back to San Diego State to, graduate and play my last season on the Mesa. I mean, I think we have the best fans in the country. I've been blessed to play in front of them for 3 years, going on to 4. So, I mean, I'm just super excited, especially with how good the team's supposed to be this year. Obviously it's up to us to live up to that potential and the hype. But, I mean, just off the talent alone, I mean, it's super exciting. You know that it's going to be a great year.
What did you learn about yourself? First of all, everyone wants to know how you're feeling. You're good to go, right?
Great to go. I'm good on Tuesday.
He's good to go, everybody. Everything's great.
You'll see him Tuesday night against Long Beach State. But I'm just curious, what was the experience like this offseason when you go through the draft process, you train in L.A., you succeed in the combine? How is that going to make you a better basketball player moving forward?
I think the biggest thing, which, that goes everywhere, wherever you play basketball, is just confidence, knowing that you're at a certain level. Obviously work is never can stop.
Burger.
There we go. Wild Westburg, thank you.
There we go.
But yeah, I feel like the work is never going to stop. You're going to continue working as long as you're doing this profession. But for me, the confidence of it, I was around pros for 2 months straight, working
out. Who were you
with
around?
them.
VJ Edgecombe?
VJ Edgecombe was one of my guys. I mean,
right?
We FaceTimed yesterday after my game.
You trained with him this
that's
spring.
that's
amazing.
my guy. That's one of my guys. So me
He
is
is
VJ.
balling right now.
Balling. I knew he was going to come too, especially with the role he's able to play right now with PG being now and beat on minute restrictions. He's a guy I knew was going to be really good. VJ, Carter Bryant, Colin Murray Boyles, who just started the first game for the Raptors.
Yeah.
Casper Jakinchonis from Miami. So, I mean, we had a really good group of 5 with the NIL guys that were also there, like Tommy Hop from Florida. So we had a great group out there. We just competing every single day. And you got guys like Klay Thompson coming back to work out with our trainer. You got guys that have been in the league, role players that have been in the league. You got Evan Mobley who works out over there. So just being around pros, you pick up on the tricks of how to play basketball and how to draw fouls and stuff like that. So I think just coming back, the game has slowed down a lot for me.
Yeah, to come back now, and I'm sure the confidence that you gained from the players that you've worked out with, what does that do for you going into the season? The confidence that you have getting ready for your final year here at San Diego State.
Oh yeah, I think I'm able to get on to things quicker. I mean, mistakes don't hit as hard.
Right.
Obviously you don't want to make mistakes, but I mean, I'm a lot more mature in the sense where mistakes are going to happen and get into the next play, stuff like that. So my confidence is through the roof right now, and my teammates, they just bring more and more confidence out of me, knowing what they can expect from me and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I'm excited to just get on the court with these guys.
Miles Bird with us right now. Aztec entering his 4th year on the Mesa, preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. I go back to the team you played on in 2023 had all that returning minutes, all those returning players, right? And that obviously was a big part of that team. Now, this past year, the year in which you reached the first 4, there were all these new pieces kind of coming together. You still managed to get to the NCAA tournament, beat the Houstons and the Creightons of the world. What's it going to mean, in your opinion, to have all of these pieces back now?
I think the biggest thing when you return a lot of minutes and a lot of people who played the year before is like last year, a lot of the stuff we were doing preseason was just trying to get to know each other, just trying to gel on the court. Yeah. Now playing with these guys for already a year, like the gelling has already happened. We've already gelled. We played with each other for a year. Now it's working on the little things and fine tuning the little things, which, I think that team my freshman year was able to do because they had played with each other for so long that the chemistry was already there. It was just about the little habits, which, I think helped build a team getting better and better throughout the season. So I think for us, we're kind of in the same position where, chemistry's there already. I mean, you got a few transfers, which was the same way my freshman year. We had a few people coming in who played a lot of minutes for us that transferred in. But the chemistry is there, and it's just about making sure our habits are right and we're everyday guys and we can be consistent throughout the season, because that's what builds the habits that you need come March and come tough times and late conference and stuff like that.
And we talked to Dutch about the depth of this team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is one of the deeper Aztecs teams that I can remember. Mm-hmm. I've been here for 15 years, and I'm looking at this team. I'm like, you could have starters up and down the 100%. Bench here. It's crazy. But he was talking about the difficulty sometimes of, creating lineups. If this lineup's playing well, we make sure that get this player in. How, as a leader of this team, how do you make sure you keep everybody on the same page, on the same rope? So when there are, players that aren't getting a lot of playing time because of the depth, how do you make sure you keep everybody pulling on that same rope here?
I think the biggest thing for this team, which, I mean, every deep team runs into an issue like that when everybody on the bench, everybody on the court could be playing 25, 30 minutes a game. It's just buy-in. I mean, sacrifice. I experienced a good amount of it my freshman year coming into college. I think I'm going to be able to play as a freshman. And, I had to sacrifice minutes because I knew that was best for the team. So I think the biggest thing for us is, just having a understanding of the buy-in that we need to have as a group. Some nights it's not going to be your night. And there's going to be another guy who doesn't play as much as you normally, and he's going to play more than you, and he's going to have a great game. And you got to be on that bench bought in. You got to be supporting your teammate just like it's you out there playing. So I think the biggest thing is just, trusting each other, trusting the coaching staff, knowing that the team's best interest is what the coaches are going to do. So, I think when we all buy in a sense like that, sky's the limit for a team like this.
San Diego State is always big and physical and kind of leading on the defensive side of the floor. Just watching last night, you didn't play, Magoon didn't play.
Seen it, though.
But it's really amazing to watch up close and personal firsthand to see how that physicality impacts a game. What's that? I mean, you're watching like last night, and the second the game starts, you just kind of feel the defensive intensity.
100%.
What is that like as a player to be a part of a defensive culture like this?
Mean, it becomes you. It becomes your identity. I mean, I came in, I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the toughest defender, right, the toughest rebounder. But I mean, when you practice like that for 3 months before you can even go and play an opponent, it's already in your mind that's how you got to play. That's the standard that we play with. So, I mean, I think it's just the way that we practice. I think that's what creates our identity, our culture. And when you're doing it every single day, it becomes a habit. And then next thing you know, you're playing against another team, and your habits are already your habits. So, I think every team I've been on has been a really physical, really big, really good rebounding team. Last year, I think was our worst year rebounding, and I still thought we weren't the worst in the country. So, I mean, there's definitely room for improvement from last year and stuff like that. But I think that's what you're gonna do. If you want to get on the court and play for Brian Dutcher, you're gonna be a physical defender, a physical rebounder.
Did you see the article of CBS's top 100 players in the country?
I don't.
You probably got tagged.
I probably got tagged. I don't know
Okay.
if I really read it or anything.
Can you guess where you might land on that if you were on the top 100?
A mid-major school on the West Coast. I'd say I'm probably 60.
You're actually 47th.
Okay.
47th. When you see, lists like that, you're the Mountain West Conference preseason player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you approach those things? How do you approach, the accolades before you even stepped on the court heading into a season?
I think accolades are just a showing of other people's expectation of you. For me, I have even bigger expectations for myself than what the accolades show. And for that, I mean, I come into every day and I might see an accolade one day, it's gonna be out of my head the very next day. It's not something I'm gonna really support or celebrate. It's a cool recognition, but at the end of the day, we want to do important things and set history at this school this year. And nothing's gonna benefit me looking at what they said in the preseason. And
right.
It's my goal for me to do the best I can every day to put myself in the best position to help our team be successful this year. And if that's being the player of the year, I mean, so be it. But I mean, I'm most focused on getting wins and then making a deep run in March.
A year ago, Miles Bird is with us for a couple of more minutes. A year ago, obviously, you guys made your mark in Vegas.
Yeah.
The players there, the Houston win, the Creighton win. You're going back to Vegas, Michigan, Oregon, a third opponent as well. Obviously, there's a lot of basketball before then, including Tuesday against Long Beach State. But when you look at the opportunity that lies ahead in Las Vegas, even the non-conference game against Arizona, how much are you looking forward to those opportunities?
I mean, you've heard Dutch say it before, like you make your way into the tournament early November nowadays. Being in a tournament like Players Era, where we have opportunity to probably 3 quad 1 games and another quad 1 opportunity in Arizona against Arizona. yeah, I mean, those games are super exciting. Those are the games. If you really love the sport and you really love competing, those are the games that you live for. I mean, obviously, you got to take care of business earlier, before that, and in between players there in Arizona. I think the biggest thing for us, though, is, staying level-headed through success. Last year we beat Houston, and then we come home. I think we played maybe a few games, and then we lost a tough one to Utah State, and that's kind of when struggles started happening within the season. So I think, this year we want to win those games early, but we also want to carry ourselves throughout the year and continue to get better. And, I feel like beating Houston early in the year, that was huge, but, it was really the only thing that got us in the tournament last year. So we want to be able to win those games this year and also win the games of conference to put ourselves in a high seed and give ourselves the best chance to make a run deep in March.
What does it mean for you to see this program now with Chase Fisher of Blenders, put in so much and commit so much to this program here? Because NIL, we all know, it's the way of college athletics now. You need to have support for a program. To see that, that must feel pretty great that, this program is in good hands going forward.
100%. I feel like I've been here for years, so I kind of seen Chase become a bigger and bigger part of the program.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Chase. Love Chase Fisher. I mean, I definitely have a personal relationship with him. But for fans to do that, it just shows their appreciation and their commitment to us. And it kind of gives us more strength going into the year, being excited to put on for these fans that are, taking money out of their own pockets to help support us and help try to make us the basketball powerhouse that we could be.
Where'd you get Dutch for his birthday? Today's Dutch's birthday?
I got Dutch appearance at Broyo today for his birthday, actually. And I made the freshmen sing happy birthday to him yesterday.
There we go.
That was my gift.
All right, that's your gift to Brian Dutch. We're going to let you go, and you can eat here at Broyo. What'd you order?
I got the Wild West burger, no onion ring on it. Little barbecue sauce, bacon. Good stuff. Some good stuff.
Burgers are good here, man.
Big fan of Broyo.
Yeah, love
You guys are here all the time, right?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, can't not be here when it's on campus. It's so easy to get, and there's a lot of love with Billy and Roy here. So, very appreciative of the support they show.
Miles, great to see you, my man. We'll see you Tuesday, all right?
Thank you.
House
Thanks for
Arena,
having me.
preseason Mountain West Player of the Year, a fan favorite, an all-timer at San Diego State, Miles Bird. We're going to be joined by his teammate on the other side, BJ Davis, will join us coming up next. Stay with us. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update is brought to you by Lowe's. World Series Game 5 last night. Blue Jays all over the Dodgers to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 is tomorrow night in Toronto as the Blue Jays are looking to win their first World Series since 1993. Dodgers, of course, are trying to force a Game 7, which would be on Saturday night. Speaking of Saturday night, San Diego State football takes on Wyoming for homecoming here at Snapdragon Stadium. 4 p.m. kickoff. Our pregame coverage starts at 2 p.m. right here on San Diego Sports 760. And SDFC takes on the Portland Timbers in Game 2 of their quarterfinals match of the MLS Cup. 6 p.m. pregame, 6:30 kickoff. That can be heard on our sister station, Jammin' 95.7. With Lowe's Blueprint Takeoff, you can turn blueprints into competitive quotes. Bring Lowe's your plans, and they'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting faster and easier. Visit the Lowe's Pro Desk to get started today.
All right, John and Jim back live at Broken Yoke. SDSU, we're here until 6 p.m. We're talking Aztec Hoops, which gets underway officially Tuesday night against Long Beach State. We were joined by Miles Bird. We've got Reese Dixon Waters with us right now. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. You've been waiting. First of all, Reese, thanks for joining us. Secondly, you've been waiting for such a long time for what's to come on Tuesday. How do you feel about where you are right now with the season about to get underway? And thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited to start the season, considering the fact that I was sitting out for a year. So we played good in the first 2 scrimmages, and we picked up on when we lost to UCLA. So I'm just ready to play.
For you, the process of getting, ready for this year, and the fact that you sat out last year, how was that for you to get ready for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I had to learn a lot on and off the court. So I think a lot of the stuff I learned off the court helped me on the court in terms of just my patience as a person, leaning into people, asking for help, being open to criticism. It's all things that help me, on the court. And playing in the scrimmages definitely helped, playing a game, because that was my first game since we played UConn back in March. So It was really fun to play. And, I have my game speed under me. I just got to make adjustments.
Reese Dixon Waters with us right now on John and Jim. You have the unique situation that you're in where you're playing with a lot of guys that you've played with previously, although you didn't play with them a year ago. What's it like stepping back onto the floor with guys that you played with even going back 2 years?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I got to play with Bird a little bit my first year here, and then a little bit in the summer leading up to last year. So I just can't wait to get back on the floor with all of them, even the new guys too. Playing with them in practice and seeing everybody improve is a lot of fun. So I can't wait.
What do you make of the depth of this team? You haven't played, basketball in a game. Obviously, you played in the scrimmages here, but with this program specifically, from where you were the UConn game to now, to speak on the depth that this team has created over the last year plus while you have been out.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of people on the roster that could score and play defense. So, we got a lot of confidence in each other, and even times where we get tired, we know somebody's coming in to pick up where we left off. So there's never a drop-off, I don't think, with the substitutions and everything. And I think everybody's learning, some faster than others. But, I think everybody's making a lot of progress.
Reese Dixon Waters with us right now on John and Jim. So in this era of movement, you've been so loyal to San Diego State. You've had multiple opportunities. You could continue your career professionally. You could have played elsewhere collegiately. Shoot, you were recruited out of high school to potentially go to San Diego State. What is it about this place at this time that works for you?
Yeah, well, I didn't feel like me going to chase, money or fame or anything like that was going to help me grow as a person. I think they've been loyal to me in terms of their word. They're very honest with me, and I've seen how they've treated people in the past. The reason I came here, one of the biggest reasons, obviously my sister goes here, but Matt Bradley's interview, how he was breaking down where he was at and how Dutch kind of helped him. That was one of the biggest things that I saw. And as a player that loves having a good relationship with all my coaches, that was a big thing for me. So I didn't feel like there's a need to go anywhere else and try to chase something that wasn't my goal, which is to make it to the league. And I think this is the best place for that.
That's fascinating. If you never saw that interview, do you think that, you'd be sitting here today at San Diego State, or was that the thing that pushed you over the edge here to come to San Diego State?
It definitely helped. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't be here because I don't know. But
right.
It definitely helped a lot. Also, just talking with my family about what was best and what I was looking for, it changed my perspective from the beginning of me going into the transfer portal to when I committed to San Diego State.
How do you look at goals now? Just as a player, I guess from a team perspective, but just an individual perspective, how has the benefit of time and as you become a more experienced individual, like what are your goals heading into this year?
Yeah, well, I think as you get older, playing basketball and just going through life, your perspective changes on a lot. For me, what I used to think is important may not be as important anymore just because of my age and where I'm at in my basketball career. But I'm also playing for something more than myself, my family. I'm very appreciative of them going through it with me when I was injured, so I'm just very thankful for that. And now my perspective and my goals, I just think like now I'm just trying to win because I've been in college going on my 5th season. So I'm just trying to win a championship. I've made it to March Madness every year. I haven't won a conference title yet. I think I've won one regular season championship, but that's about it. So, I just want to win everything, every chance we get. I just want to win.
What's the one thing that you improved on the most in your eyes this offseason leading up to this year?
I would say being coachable. Basketball stuff will take care of itself, like my offense and defense. With defense, you just got to play hard, and then offense is just patience. But I think just taking in what the coaches are saying and not being taken in a personal way and knowing that they're trying to help me win and help me learn more.
You touched on this briefly. Reese Dixon-Waters is with us. When you think about the experience last year from your perspective, kind of watching it unfold in front of your eyes, what do you learn in that process about yourself, and what role did you play in help that team get to where it ultimately got, which was the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, well, I think I was vocal with the team. I helped talk to the players a little bit, encourage people, but I think I had a role, but it wasn't like the ones that were on the court. They were all playing. They made the run. They made those runs in games and won the game. So I give them all the credit. But I just tried to do as much as I could. Not being able to play sucked, so I had to find some type of joy in it. So, talking with them, talking with the younger dudes when they maybe were losing their minds. There was times where, I get frustrated with them, but I also had to remember I was also in their shoes at one point. I also acted like that at one point. And I had an older vet come to me who's one of my closest friends now, who used to go to me and be like, bro, you can't do that, or talk me through my tough times. So I knew I had to pour into somebody else to help them, play better.
With everything that you're telling us that you've learned to do coachable and seeing how to react to certain things, does that make you feel like you are in a leadership role with this team as far as going into this year, making sure that, you can be a leader to, young guys and everybody around you?
Yeah, I think people lead in different ways. Bird is more vocal than I am. I try to be vocal at times, but I try not to be overwhelming and try not to talk too much. But I think I lead more with example than my words, but like I said, leadership, everybody got a different style.
Yeah.
I definitely got to be more vocal, definitely got to talk more, and just be more willing to, help people other than just with my own actions, also trying to help them with encouraging them.
So you're from Long Beach, right?
Yeah. I was born in Long Beach.
You're born in Long Beach.
I grew up in South Central.
Okay. Yeah. And now it's Long Beach State, a former, obviously, Aztec assistant, Chris Acker, opening night, Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. What are the kind of the emotions that go into another season opener, being back healthy, one final time here at San Diego State? Like, where is your headspace at heading into Tuesday?
It's my first official game in a while, so obviously I want to win every game, but I definitely want to win that game. Just like I know Acker probably wants to win, coming back and coaching against the school he was at. But I think everybody's just looking at it as a game we got to win. We have a little motto we use. I'm not going to share, but I think for us, every game is the biggest game because we know everybody's going to come here and give us their best. So our goal is to win. That's my goal as well.
You might have said it, but I can't remember. What went into the number change to 39 this year?
I grew up on 39th Street in L.A.
Okay.
So I just wanted to go back to that because it's kind of my roots, just where I fell in love with basketball.
That's awesome.
Love that. Number 39 for a final season on the Mesa for Reese Dixon-Waters. Before you go, let's not bury the lead. Tell us about your dogs again. You talked to me about this when we did an interview for GoAztecs.com. I mean, your position, being a Division I athlete, a lot goes into that. So, like, when you're on the road, when you're playing at night, you got people, obviously, to help you out. But you got 3 big dogs at home, right?
Yeah.
That's a work. Big. That's a lot of work.
Corso, Borbo, and American Blues.
So how big?
Those are big dogs, John.
Like, 200 pounds, 150 pounds.
One of them, one's like 120. The other one's like 110. The other one's like 80.
Wow,
they're pretty big.
What's more work, like basketball or the dogs?
I would say basketball. The dogs aren't that hard because they entertain each other, And obviously when I come home, I play with them a little bit, but they really just mind their business. They don't really need me except to feed them. That's really about it.
Right.
I love them a lot, though.
Yeah, that's how dogs work. They
Well, I had a dog,
they want food. They want to go outside to go to the bathroom. They want some toys. Like that's literally what they want. Some affection at times, but mostly food.
It's interesting. They don't like playing with toys though.
Oh,
Is
okay,
that
that's
right?
good.
They just play with each other.
That's good for you because if they
Yeah.
did, you would
Yeah.
need to buy a bunch of toys and then it'll get ruined very quickly.
Can't buy a dog bed. They'll rip it up.
There,
Yeah,
exactly.
so-
Yeah, just food. Give me food and treats.
Reese, we're excited for you, man. We're excited to have you back, obviously, for one final
Can't
time
wait.
here on the Mesa. Season gets underway on Tuesday night at VA House Arena. Reese Dixon Waters, appreciate your time, man. Great
Thank
seeing you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Reese
Thanks,
Dixon
man.
Waters
Appreciate
getting ready
it.
for a final year on the Mesa. We'll take a time out. We're at Broken Yoke here on campus at San Diego State, getting you ready for the upcoming men's basketball season. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app. Hey, guys, it is John and Jim again for the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place. We've been telling you about the hotel and spa, now open at Jamul Casino Resort. It is the next level of luxury. It's arrived, and you can treat yourself to a stunning new stay, rooftop relaxation, indulgent spa treatments, and all the thrills of Jamul Casino Resort, now all in one unforgettable destination.
Yeah, and savor San Diego's ultimate endless dining experience at Jamul 23, from their world-famous lobster brunch served every morning to the luxurious VIP endless dining experience each evening. Indulgent chef-curated specialties, fresh seafood, prime cuts, and decadent desserts, all with stunning panoramic views.
And you're going to love the spa. You can unwind in style, experience pure relaxation, indulgent treatments, serene spaces, and a retreat designed to refresh your body and mind. Only at Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place. Oh, you're coming out 4. Caroline Ripley from Mesa will join us at 4 p.m. We'll talk about the upcoming season, about the importance of the Mesa Foundation, how it serves student athletes at San Diego State with its men's and women's basketball program. So Caroline Ripley will join us here live from Broken Yoke coming up at 4 p.m. Well, Billy from Philly, from Broyo, joining us as well in the 4 o'clock hour. What were you just telling me?
I have no idea.
Right.
What were you just telling me?
Oh, yeah, Sean Lewis Show.
Yes.
Will be tonight, 6 p.m., San Diego Sports 760. Of course, homecoming is Saturday.
You just came from interview.
I was over in Fowler, where football, men's basketball, athletes train, right?
Right.
And spoke with Sean Lewis earlier today. They're getting ready for Saturday at 4 p.m. against the University of Wyoming. And then, of course, a couple of days later, we've got Aztecs men's basketball Tuesday night at Viejas Arena. Good time to be an Aztec.
Very good time to be an Aztec. 6-1 football team. Got a basketball team that, high expectations going into the season. Like that. This is the best time possible to be an Aztec fan.
Yeah.
Of basketball and football, especially.
It really is. There were so many people last night that came up to me during the USD game or before it that were talking about just like, this is a great time, man. Like,
they weren't like, where's Jim?
No, a few people. Like I said,
kidding.
I think Darnay Tripp from NBC7 wants to know where you were. But no, by and large, people weren't asking for you.
I know.
Believe it or not.
I know. A lot of people are like, who's that guy?
No, that's not true. Well, yeah, it's kind of true, actually. It's kind of true. But yeah, it is a good time to be an Aztec. It really is. I think the excitement level, again, like we've talked about for basketball, is as high as you could possibly imagine. And with football more than underway, I mean, 6-1, inside track maybe to a Mountain West title game. Work to be done, obviously, but there's so much in front of both of the programs. It's like, it's hard. In the media, it's easy to just be like, well, if they do X, Y, and Z, this is what's going to happen. From a player perspective, like you can't go from point A to point Z. Like they've got to play the season before they can talk about the NCAA tournament, where you and I can talk about the NCAA tournament.
I think one of my favorite things about this year's football team so far is that, the one thing that I remember talking to Trey White about at the golf event earlier this year was, hey man, last year guys weren't pulling on the same rope. We had guys that had their own agenda in that locker room, and at times you could maybe see it, not knowing that he's saying that and looking at the team last year. This year, the returning players have really set the bar for this program, and like all the returning players are producing and performing. Like it's a breath of fresh air to see these guys that returned to do this actually doing it. I think that's pretty cool.
What's crazy, it's a really good point, is like we said all offseason with football, they are returning their entire defense, but we didn't know that meant they would go from, sheer statistical, like defensively, last year, they were not a good defensive unit from a sheer statistical perspective, right?
But they had key players on the unit that played well individually.
Exactly. And now that individual success has become like cohesive team success, it is crazy the turnaround just specifically on the defensive side of the ball. Just like look at the numbers. Like I mentioned on the broadcast the other day, they were 119th in run defense last year, and now they're like 9th. They were 120th in total defense, and now they're like 5th. I mean, that's amazing change over 1 year.
Not a scout, but it feels like you got.
You're not?
No, I'm not actually. In another life, I might be a scout. It feels like you got 2 players on this defense right now that will get drafted in the NFL draft next year. And for San Diego State, like that's a big number. I feel like
it's a huge number
to have a defensive end and a cornerback be your cornerstones of your defense, and those 2 guys are NFL caliber players and are probably going to get drafted next year in the draft. That's huge. And then you have all the players around them performing at a high level. Tana Latui, he returned. He's a captain of this team. Hit a huge play, pick 6 last weekend. And then obviously Trey White. Trey White, like there was a play that caused an interception last game. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, where he just like
inside move and he just shot out of a cannon that disrupted the QB. Ball popped in the air. Aztecs get the interception. I think I tweeted about it. I was like, oh my gosh. Like that is the type of stuff right there you see from a future NFL player. And then obviously Chris Johnson is turned into one of the best defensive backs corners in the country.
I'm really excited for Saturday. I think that the one thing that might change in the second half of the year is like you've gone from like hunting down opponents to being a hunted opponent. Like all of a sudden you're the team receiving votes in the top 25. You're the team that maybe has a path to the Mountain West Championship or even an outside path to the college football playoff. All of a sudden someone's coming in here and saying, we want to ruin their year. Right.
Yeah.
That
used to be the Aztecs last couple of years.
Exactly. So that's now changed. We know they're going to a bowl game. We know they got a chance to compile 9, 10, 11, 12 wins. Like that's all in front of them. And how do they deal with now being like the hunted in the second half of the year, which I think is how I would look at it at 6-1.
Yeah. I know you mentioned obviously the college football playoff. Like that is a very lofty.
It's very lofty. Yep.
A goal expectation for this program. And especially you had that Washington State loss under your belt. So it's not going to be easy. And then beating Boise twice, if you were to do that, then we can legitimately talk about it. But I do think if you asked every single one of these players, their first and foremost goal, Mountain West Conference Championship, like winning a conference championship is, I think, at the forefront of their list of goals. And then we'll see what happens in after that. But competing for a Mountain West Conference Championship is the reason why all these players return. And the fact that they have a legitimate shot to do that, still a lot of work in front of them, but they're on their way. I think that is, if you're a returning player, you couldn't have asked for anything more than what's happening right now with this program.
And then with the success, what automatically is going to follow success
expectations
is
and
interest in your coaches and your players, right? And the one thing that has truly benefited, obviously, San Diego State men's basketball is that stability, whether it's with their players or with their coaches, right? From Steve Fisher to Brian Dutcher, this coaching staff, this veteran group.
And there's a lot of openings this upcoming year in college football.
That's the thing. So, and that's one of those things that I guess you have that conversation when you need to have that conversation. We had this. It's like, would you prefer to go 12-1 and lose your coach, or 8-4 and keep your coach? I think you want the best year. Who wants to, you know what I mean? Like, you want to do the most you possibly can in a season.
When did I ask that? Like 2 weeks ago?
I think so, right? Didn't we ask that?
I think 2 weeks ago. All right. I want 12-1.
Yeah, 12-1 is like, I mean, listen, 8-4 is a good year.
Yeah.
But when you start 6-1, you have higher aspirations now.
Yeah, you want 12-1. And every kid on that team would say the same thing. Fans, obviously you want to see Sean Lewis around here for a long time, but eventually you're going to want to see a year where they do have a 12-1 season and you're competing for a Mountain West Conference Championship and hopefully competing for a spot in the college football playoffs. Like, you want that year, regardless of when it happens. If it's year 1, that's amazing. Year 4, great. Year 2, awesome. And if year 2, you do it and it ends up happening, your coach gets a lot of, interest around college football, so be it. Take the 12-1 every day of the week.
Completely agree. All right, so we're getting ready for San Diego State men's basketball. Their season gets underway on Tuesday night. And, of course, one of the keys this year is all the returnees for the Aztecs. What does that entail? We're going to catch up with Caroline Ripley, president and CEO of the Mesa Foundation. She'll join us on the other side. We are here until 6 p.m. Broken Yoke SDSU, here until 6. Stay with us. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760.
All right, this update is brought to you by Lowe's. Last night, Game 5 of the World Series, Blue Jays dominating the Dodgers to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 tomorrow night in Toronto. Blue Jays looking to wrap this thing up and win their first World Series championship since 1993. Of course, the Dodgers are looking to force a Game 7. They have Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound tomorrow night. Kevin Gausman will be pitching for the Blue Jays. This Saturday, San Diego State takes on Wyoming. Homecoming night at Snapdragon Stadium, 4 p.m. kickoff time. 2 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. And with the Aztecs on 760, SDFC will be on our sister station, Jammin' 95.7, as they take on the Portland Timbers in Game 2 of their quarterfinal match in the MLS Cup postseason, looking to eliminate Portland and move on to the semifinals. Pregame starts at 6 p.m. with kickoff at 6:30. With Lowe's Blueprint Takeoff, you can turn blueprints into competitive quotes. Bring Lowe's your plans, and they'll generate itemized material items to make quoting faster and easier. Visit the Lowe's Pro Desk to get started today.
Getting you all set for that drive home. Let's just start the show. Here's John and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour 3 of John and Jim. Special edition. We're getting you ready for men's basketball. The season starts officially Tuesday night at Viejas Arena. We are at the Broken Yoke SDSU. And before we welcome in our next guest, Caroline Ripley from Mesa, we've been having a blast here the last couple hours. It's the perfect day to do it. They've got their indoor-outdoor setup.
Yeah, that's right.
Jim's been just pounding food all day long.
I haven't eaten in 2 hours.
Whatever. But you had a burger earlier.
I did.
I had the spicy vegan scramble.
Which you're still eating.
Well, because we're on air, so I haven't fully been able to eat.
And by the
it.
way, do you realize because you have your food sitting there is
There's
why
flies.
all these flies are around us?
That is my
This
fault.
is your fault.
potentially.
Yeah.
But anyway, get to the
Potentially,
Broken Yoke.
all your fault.
We're here until 6 p.m.
No wonder you had
Caroline,
ants.
I did have ants.
You're going to have more ants here at Broken Yoke if you don't finish your food.
All right. Let's get to Caroline Ripley, President and CEO of the Mesa Foundation, with us right now from Broyo. Let's just talk about Mesa. I mean, all these returning players, so much work goes into this behind the scenes. So first of all, thanks for joining us. Secondly, what is the work that it entails to be in this position to start this year with all this excitement and all these players coming back for another year?
Thank you guys for having me on, and thanks for being here at Broken Yoke at SDSU, one of our great partners. You didn't ask, but I had pancakes. They were
you had
delicious.
pancakes. I
Chocolate
should have
chip.
asked that.
Mhm.
Chocolate chip
Very, very
pancakes.
good.
They did look good.
Yeah.
I look, I loved my burger, but man, those pancakes look
Dessert
delicious.
pancakes.
I know. I think I'm gonna have to get some on the way out. Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really excited for this season. Obviously, having so many guys returning is really a great opportunity for us to have a big year this year. The success wouldn't be what it is without all our Mesa members and all the different donors who are supporting. Aztec Nation has come out and really rallied behind this team, and so that's been wonderful. So thank you to all our supporters and everyone who's already giving to Mesa, and we're always looking for new supporters. So go aztecs.com/Mesa Fund if you want to learn more. And looking forward to this exciting season, 2 exhibition games, and I think our team looks great. So very exciting.
So we're here at Broken Yoke, and this is a great place, and this is a part of Mesa Foundation as well. For you, what's it like to work with businesses like the Broken Yoke?
Broken Yoke is so much fun. Not only are their owners and staff just amazing people, but it's been super great to have partners who are on campus helping support feed our student athletes, and also Aztecs alums who are giving back and giving to our student athletes in a different way, and supporting as corporate sponsors for us. And obviously this is a great location for pregame, and I often come here prior to games, so it's a great spot to hit up. So all our Aztec fans come out and support our corporate sponsors as well.
Yeah, I think sometimes people think Broken Yoke, I'm looking at the sign, it says breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like you're thinking maybe it's more of a breakfast spot, but in actuality, this is like a pregame hang for San Diego State men's basketball, whether the team is on the road or before a game at Viejas Arena. From 5 to 7, we talked about. They've got beer specials and food specials. So this is not just a breakfast spot. You can get here late afternoon like we are right now, or before even an Aztecs game coming up this year.
Definitely, and you can have pancakes all day. So
You can have pancakes all day.
That's the great thing about Broken Yoke. And by the way, breakfast, it's not just you can have it whenever you want. That's what I love about breakfast. Is
Right, but the opposite doesn't really hold true, or does it? Can you have dinner for breakfast?
No, I can't have a burger at 9 a.m. Sorry, I just can't.
if you put enough bacon on it, you might be able to.
Yeah, if we turn it into like a breakfast patty, but yeah, breakfast you can have throughout the entire day. That's what's great about Broken Yoke.
All right, so I think people realize at this point with college athletics, like it takes support, it takes resources, which are bigger words for it. It takes money, obviously. It takes support. We're in this rev share era. We know about the importance of the Players Era Festival. We know about the importance of the support of locals in the San Diego community and the business community. What was your reaction when you found out about Chase Fisher, the founder of Blenders? He makes this large, generous donation, this commitment over the course of 5 years. What's that going to mean to Mesa and San Diego State basketball?
Absolutely. Chase is a game changer. He's awesome. He's not only an Aztec for life and an alum, but he truly sees the success of this program and wants to continue building on that. And so his gift was remarkable and really creates a great foundation for us to keep working off of, especially across 5 years, and his involvement and getting to know our student athletes. And, his story is amazing as an entrepreneur and having a local business here in San Diego to give back to our local team. So we love Chase. He's a great Aztec, and I really appreciate his support and hope it inspires other businesses and other alums to continue to support us as well. One note too, Players Era coming up November. It's almost time.
Right.
There's still tickets available in the Aztec section, so definitely purchase your tickets, come out and support the guys. We have 2 huge games Monday, Tuesday, and then those will decide our 3rd game. But really love our Aztecs in Vegas. We always travel really well and have a great crowd, so we expect that. It's early in the Thanksgiving week. You can still get back for turkey, and I want to see all our Aztec fans out there as well.
And, with Chase, being kind of at the forefront of the donation and being such a big part of the Mesa Foundation and this program, you mentioned hopefully it expands to others. He mentioned like Kawhi Leonard, other alums. What does it do for the Mesa Foundation to have Chase be kind of leading the way with such, big donations and obviously Blenders and, being that guy that can help recruit other, big name former alums to help with the growth of Mesa?
Absolutely. That's just it. He's leading the way. He's kind of become, a figurehead for us as the Aztecs. Everyone's wearing Blenders. If you haven't bought your Blenders, make sure to buy your Blenders sunglasses. They also do prescription. So he's leading the way of just that leadership behind giving and giving back to your university. It's such an important factor for across the entire university, but also for this program and for our basketball team and being able to compete in this rev shared new era that we're in. And so he's led the way from the very beginning. We've done great marketing partnerships with him and continue to look forward to doing that with our student athletes. And they appreciate his mentorship and, his inspiration behind the team. It's really been awesome.
All right. So Caroline Ripley with Mesa Foundation with us right now from Broken Yoke. And again, she mentioned the URL on the website, but with basketball season here, if you do want to support the Mesa Fund and the Mesa Foundation, you can go to goaztecs.com/Mesa Fund. That's goaztecs.com/Mesa Fund. All right. In addition to your role, you are a diehard Aztec fan.
Yeah.
So everyone knows about the expectations for this team. Everyone knows about the success this team has enjoyed for the last 20 or 25 years. I know you're excited. I know you have high expectations. You got to be thrilled for Tuesday and what's to come.
It's always exciting to get back into Viejas and have such our home crowd and that energy and that feel of being in Viejas Arena. It's always great. Love that it's a California school too, Long Beach State. We have some great people who are there and we get to see again and former colleagues. So that's awesome that we get to kick it off with them, and mostly just excited to see all our Aztec fans. And I think we're going to have a great year, and it's inspiring to see our student athletes have worked so hard over the summer and now get to put it all on show on the court. And, they're working hard in the classroom and the community and just doing all the right things. So we really love this team and are excited for a big year. And I think just come out and support them and be loud and proud and go Aztecs.
Tuesday night, Viejas Arena. Again, you can support Mesa at goaztecs.com/Mesa Fund. They've been working hard getting ready for the season. We've been sitting here.
I've been working very hard.
We've been eating.
We've been eating.
We
don't know. The thing is, it's always amazing in college athletics. Like from one year to the next, you look at the players and they're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. And then you look at like me and you, Jim, and we look identical.
I know.
Right?
Well, here's the thing. We're not like athletes.
We're not athletes.
So
it's a fair point.
Yeah, what are we supposed to look like?
It's a good point. We do radio.
Exactly.
Caroline, thank you.
Faces for radio.
Thanks for having us here. Caroline Ripley, again, President CEO with Mesa, and you can support him at goaztecs.com/Mesa Fund. We're Broken Yoke here just off campus at San Diego State. We're here until 6 p.m. Make sure to get here until 6. Don't go anywhere. We're talking Aztecs Hoops. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, hey guys, it is Schaefer again, and there's no better time than now to get out to your local Toyota dealer. They do have new vehicles arriving each and every day, including their most popular cars, trucks. We'll tell you more about the trucks in a moment, and SUVs. So whatever kind of vehicle you're looking for, hurry into your Toyota dealer today. It's Trucktober. That's going on right now at your Toyota dealer. It's the best time to get into a new Toyota truck. They've got the largest inventory. We're talking Tacomas and Tundras. They're ready to roll. The Tacoma is known for its legendary toughness, off-road capability, and everyday efficiency, perfect for weekend adventures or just tackling your to-do list. And the Tundra brings serious power, impressive towing capacity, and bold design, plus the latest tech and comfort features. Whether you need a truck that's built for the trails, built for work, or built for your family's next adventure, Toyota has you covered this Trucktober with new vehicles arriving daily. We make it easy. See your Toyota dealer today. All right, John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. Here until 6 p.m. Broken Yoke, Broyo, here, San Diego State, just off campus across from Trader Joe's. Here until 6 p.m. You can swing by. Some San Diego State basketball players hanging out. We're going to talk with Billy from Philly, who oversees operations for Broyo and all their area locations. He'll join us at some point here in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll have another student athlete with us in the 5 o'clock hour as well. So talking hoops, talking World Series, talking Padres manager search, talking Jim's meal. I haven't even seen, like the Padres could have hired a manager in the last hour. I haven't been on like Twitter for an hour.
No,
which is like a record for us.
Yeah, I know. I could look, but
I don't think they've hired anyone.
If they did, the chat would have gone crazy, and we would have gotten a lot of notifications.
Yeah, definitely.
So
we're still waiting.
We are still waiting. Still waiting.
There have been a lot of hires. To your point, Baltimore made their hire. Minnesota has made a hire. Who else made the hire today that we talked about?
Twins.
You said Twins.
Oh, you said
Twins,
Minnesota, sorry.
Orioles. Who else?
Twins, Orioles.
Who was the Butera hire?
That was a bad baseball team. It was Nationals.
All right, so the Nationals have been. So how many? I mean, we're down to a handful
Hiring
of
a
vacancies.
33-year-old, John.
Which, like, if you did that as the Padres, well, they kind of did it with Chase Tingler, but like half this team is
I'm
older.
3 years older than the guy.
Yeah, half the team is older than Blake Butera in San Diego.
I
Yeah,
know.
33 is young.
33. Come on. We know this guy is like the Andy Green of the Nationals. He's not the guy. They just needed
He's the guy before the guy.
The guy before the guy before the guy, probably.
He would be, if he is in fact the next skipper of the Nationals, which is reported as, he will be the youngest manager in the big league since 1972.
You know, I just thought of this.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything as far as, this person being interviewed by the Padres, but we're talking about names, right? With experience, I think some fans might be like, well, what about a guy with experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
We said, well, the only guy out there is Boch, and he's not going to get hired. And I'm wrong on that. Davey Martinez, former Washington Nationals manager, World Series champion. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just throwing it out there. Would you be intrigued if the Padres were linked to Davey Martinez?
I'm not overly intrigued by a veteran manager. I could be convinced either way, whether it's a veteran manager or a first-time manager. As in, what's the big deal with having someone that's been in the manager's chair before because of the experience of having managed previously? But the game changes. Like the way the game was managed even 3 years ago is probably different than the way it's going to be managed in 2026. So I don't think previous managerial experience is like a complete must-have, like it might have been post Chase Tingler for this team. So I mean, I could be convinced either way, I guess, is my point.
Yeah, it's just you throw it out there just to see if it sticks, I guess, right? Because I do see a lot of people been like, I want an experienced manager because we've gone through the first-time guys here, and it didn't go well. So I think there's a pocket of fans, Padres fans, that are looking at this as like, oh, another first-time manager, here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the names are, I think, pretty good names that are in the running to be the Padres' next manager. Davey Martinez is just a name that I think you could throw it out there.
It's an intriguing name, right?
I don't view Dave Martinez as like Buck Showalter. Buck Showalter, no chance. Boch is the only guy that I'm like, absolutely. Joe Madden, no. You get my point? Like, I think David Martinez is a guy that if you were to go the quote unquote retread route, I don't know. It's just a thought.
I didn't even realize that he was still managing with the Nationals until this past year.
Yeah.
But like, okay, they win the World Series, obviously, right, with much fanfare. Steven Strasburg. From that season on,
not good.
And again, Strasburg, wasn't available from that season on, essentially. Right. But listen to this: 26-34, 65-97, 55-107, 71-91. 71-91 again, and then finally fired at 37-53. Think about that. He had 6 consecutive losing seasons before losing his job, but he did manage a World Series winner in 2019.
Yeah, how many winning seasons did he have before that, though?
He only managed 1 year before that, and they went 82-80. That's it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. So that's his career as a manager. I mean, he has the 2019 team.
What I'm doing is I'm putting a lot of weight on that 2019 team.
Which I get, and I think you should. And I think the Nationals did the same thing, hence the fact that he managed another 6 years.
Yeah.
I
don't think it's going to happen. Just curious, a name that hasn't been brought up, right?
You know what his record was in 8 seasons based on what I just told you? I'll tell you.
How many games under?
122.
Okay, just kidding.
122.
But that's a lot to do with the roster that you have.
Yeah, exactly.
And you could have Joe Torre
100%
managing that roster, and they're not winning close to 90 games.
Completely agree. And do we think just in general Bruce Bochy is just done managing? It doesn't have to do with San Diego. In general, do you think Bruce Bochy is done managing? It seems to be. That seems to be the case, right? 70 years old?
Maybe. I mean, look, there's nothing else for Boch to do, right? He's won 4 World Series titles. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best managers in the history of the sport.
Sure.
I know that his record, I think he's right under 500
Isn't that amazing?
As a manager.
He is. He's 14. I'm looking right now. He's 14 games under. But he's got 4 titles.
I mean, I don't think the motivation for somebody to go back and be a manager should be, I got to get over 500 for my record overall in my career. No, that's not a good motivation to have. You want to have, obviously, the motivation of winning another World Series.
Right. It's not like, if I can just get 15 over, then I'm out.
And I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
if we
good.
start 30 and 15,
Yeah.
I quit because I'm 1 game over as a manager now.
Right. Yeah,
That's funny.
I don't think that's a good, motivation to have to return to be a manager. And also, I don't think Boch and Preller would work well together. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Now, if Boch wanted this job, say he wanted this job, but the only way that he gets it is
if AJ's gone.
Is if AJ is gone.
Ooh, I mean, that's a high stakes game because Bruce Bochy is not going to manage for a long time.
I know.
I mean, even in Texas, he was there 3 seasons and won a World Series.
Yeah. So what would you do? Would you?
And then I'm getting rid of no.
You're getting rid of AJ?
Honestly, I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, if you had to do it, if you had to get rid of AJ to bring in Bruce Bochy, I don't. What
He's
would you
the
do?
only guy I think you could do that with, where the fan base wouldn't be like, "What are you doing? Are you serious?"
But you're really asking a lot then
I
of
know.
the organization to put Bruce Bochy in a position to be successful too.
100%. But what if Boch
It has a guy.
has a guy?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Or you want to pair him? I mean,
Theo.
dude, that's I get it. But what if there's a situation is like Boch is like, "Hey, group, I'll do it. Gotta get this guy out." What do you think happens?
I don't think they would do it.
You sure?
No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not. I mean, AJ is only under contract through 2026. I'm just going down the path of my mind tells me Bruce Bochy is only managing your team for a year and a half or 2.5, like somewhere between like a year and a half and 2.5 years.
That's fine. The shelf life here of managers is 2 years anyway.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good point. It's a good point. I think it's more likely they just extend AJ Preller than he's on his way out because of a manager hire. But it's a great, like, it's not
What
a selfish choice, but yeah, like,
So
what
what if?
would you do?
What would you do?
It's actually a pretty interesting question. I don't think there'd be a full consensus on that.
If the only way you could hire Boch would be having to get rid of Preller, would you do it?
I think Preller is pretty well liked right now. I know Bochy is wildly popular and obviously has his experience here managing in San Diego. What do you think if there was a poll, and I don't even think he put it up because it's too ridiculous. What I think would be almost a little split.
Hey, James in the chat says fire Preller, bring back Bochy.
Oh, well, if James said it, then
I'm just I mean, I'm just reading what, I do think that there are a good amount of fans that would want that.
Mm-hmm. I think there's probably fans.
I think
who
the
would want that.
allure of Bochy, if you were to say, all right, you get Boch, but you got to fire Preller, would you do it? That's the only way you can get Bochy.
Mhm.
There's no other way to get him. Would you do it? I think that some fans would be like, yeah, absolutely.
Would you do it?
Man, that's tough, dude.
I mean, it is really tough. It is because I'm just thinking, like, yeah, the Rangers win the World Series, amazing.
Who's the GM?
Who's the GM exactly?
Is it Mark Loretta? Is it Theo? Probably not Theo.
Not Theo. Yeah, it's a bit of a not a Sophie's choice, but it's an interesting question, is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
I mean, one name you're not hearing linked to the San Diego Padres is Bruce Bochy.
No, which
So-
is not surprising, to be honest with you, at all. Just because him and Preller don't mix. It's part of the course that we're hearing Ryan Flaherty. We're hearing, we heard Brian Esposito. We heard Ruben Niebla, Nick Hundley, and then Albert Pujols. That's the name that stands out to me the most.
So when they hire someone we haven't mentioned one time the last 30 days, what are we going to say? When they hire the person we haven't even mentioned, it's always possible. I mean, Bob Melvin wasn't known until it was reported,
Right.
So it's always.
But he was also with another team. That's probably why.
But couldn't that still even be the case? Couldn't you go outside and hire someone that's under I think that's rare.
Maybe they're just
the A's are in a weird spot.
Maybe they're just waiting for the World Series to end to hire Dave Roberts.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so.
Please no.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
The guy's a clown.
Billy from Philly is going to join us on the other side. We're at Bro-Yo. We're going to talk about everything going on here before Aztec basketball games, everything going on here this afternoon. He's overseeing a ton of area locations, 7+ area locations here, including this one at San Diego State. So a great spot. So Billy from Philly, who's been with us before, is going to stop by on the other side. We're here until 6 p.m. We're getting you ready for Aztec men's basketball, which gets underway officially Tuesday night at Viejas Arena. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update is brought to you by Lowe's. Game 5 of the World Series last night. Blue Jays dominating the Dodgers to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 tomorrow in Toronto. Blue Jays looking to wrap up the World Series and win their first title since 1993. Dodgers, of course, are trying to force a Game 7, which will be on Saturday night. Yamamoto going tomorrow night for the Dodgers against against who are they pitch? I draw a blank.
Who's pitching for the Blue
Gosman.
Jays?
Gosman for the Blue Jays. Sorry.
This is why you write down your update.
Well, I've been doing it all day. Saturday night, San Diego State takes on Wyoming. 4 p.m. kickoff, 2 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts. You can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. Also, SDFC takes on the Portland Timbers at 6:30 on our sister station, Jammin' 95.7 with Lowe's.
And the Sean Lewis show is tonight at 6 p.m.
And the Sean Lewis show with John Rich and Coach Lewis at 6 p.m. right here on San Diego State. San Diego Sports 760 with Lowe's Blueprint Takeoff. You can turn blueprints into competitive quotes. Bring Lowe's your plans. They'll generate itemized material list to make quoting faster and easier. Visit Lowe's Pro Desk to get started today.
All right, we're at Broken Yoke. Billy from Philly, VP of Operations, oversees 7 or 8 of these area locations, including this one at SDSU, is with us. See what I deal with, Billy? I bet you deal with a lot in the restaurant business. A lot goes on.
Incredible.
I
I
deal with Jim every day. He's doing updates where he's like, who are the Dodgers playing in the World Series? who are the Aztecs playing?
Wait, huh? What's happening tomorrow night? Saturday, who do they play?
Exactly. Billy, first of all, thanks for having us, man. This is terrific.
No, we're honored. You guys,
it's awesome to be here. Thanks for having us.
This is amazing. I'm telling you right now, for us to be a part of all this, the basketball team, again, I always tell people, we lost the Chargers. We lost the Sockers. We lost the Clippers. This is an amazing program here that people just got to get on board. I think since we've been involved, for a year and a half now, since we've owned this Broken Yoke here at San Diego State, we've developed, it's all about relationships. And we've developed so many relationships that's got us in the door with a lot of the other sports programs at San Diego State. But I think really our baby is the men's basketball team. I mean, we have a special relationship, I think, with each player. And I tell everybody that it starts at the top. It started with Fisher, years ago, and then Dutch came in after him. And not only these guys are amazing athletes, we get to go watch them every night. Yeah. They come into the restaurant, and they eat with us, and they take pictures with us, and they post our social media. But they're amazing young men, ethically and morally. And that's, I think that attributes to the coaching staffs for sure.
For you, when did the passion for San Diego State basketball begin?
Well, I've been going to the Aztec games for probably the last 20 years. Me and my brother Steve, we do pop in, and nothing like now. Now I'm like addicted. Like somebody, hey, you're gonna be at the game tonight? Like sent me a text last night. I'm like, dude,
sky blue?
I will not miss a game. I mean, the only way, unless I'm in the emergency room or I'm on vacation with the family in Florida, that's the only time I'm going to miss a game. What I mean? No doubt.
Yeah, it's funny. I was visiting my mom out east. I had it scheduled for months, and then the San Diego State UCLA game was scheduled. But I had to see my mom. But it's like there's like soft. That FOMO. I'm like, yeah, soft. Well, you weren't there. You were in San Diego. Where were you?
I had things to do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's talk about Broyo and Broken Yoke, because I think sometimes there's this misconception. We're like, oh, breakfast joint, great breakfast joint. It's been in San Diego for 45 plus years, right? Everyone's been to a Broken Yoke. But specifically with SDSU, this location, you're just blocks away from Viejas Arena.
Yeah.
Whether the team's at home or on the road, this is a watch location or a pregame location. Tell us about what you have going on, not just for breakfast, but what you have going on later in the day, like what we're doing here today.
Well, this is a very, like you said, it's a very unique location. It's the only one that really, when we're in season, obviously during the summer, we shut back down until 7 to 2 or 8 to 2. But during the peak, when the kids are here at school, we're 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it's the only Broken Yoke out of all 41 nationally that is open in those hours. So we have a very unique menu here compared to the other Broken Yokes. Some of the other Broken Yokes don't serve chicken wings. They don't do more of the elaborate burgers, the elaborate burritos, where we do here at San Diego State, because these kids this is more of a grab and go type of location, where people are like, they got class, they're trying to get in and out, they're trying to eat quick, they're on the go. So it's very, very unique compared to the other ones where we have servers who come to your table and sit down. Hey, how can I take your first time in? They come over, they greet you. But we've kind of brought a little different dynamic since we've taken this Broken Yoke over. And I think it's because we are very hands-on owners. And we, of course, love to be around all this, exciting, sports activity that's on campus here. And again, we love the fact that we get to where we developed the relationships with the Mesa Foundation, which got us in with the basketball team. I'll tell you a quick story. The first time, really, how it all evolved, there was a JD came in here with his son one day. This was about a year almost a year and a half ago since this happened. He came in with his little son, and I was sitting in there on my laptop, and his little son walks in. I'm like, hey, my man. And I passed him a free waffle cart. And GAD comes up to me about a few minutes later. He's like, hey, are you Billy from Philly? And I'm like, yeah, what's up, my man? He's like, well, hey, dude, all the basketball players are talking about you, over at the pavilion there. I'm like, no way. He's like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing? Like at half an hour. I'm like, not much. What do you need me to do? He's like, you want to come to practice? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So I put my laptop away. He took off, and I walked in there. And as I was walking up to the pavilion over there, who comes out the door? Coach Dutch. And I had never met Coach Dutch. And he yells, hurry up, Billy from Philly.
That's amazing.
So I went in and got to go into the film room, and they, did a little film room action first. And I was like, that's what started it all. And I went back and told Nick and Roy, and you guys aren't going to believe it. I just left the practice at San Diego State.
Yeah.
And it's just been going flying uphill from there as far as the relationships that we've developed with, Ledee last year and Butler, and now this year. So this is our second year pretty much now. And we've developed just so many, not just, sports relationships, but we're more of a mentorship too. So when these players come in, we sit down with them personally, man. We have talks with them about their future, about what they're doing besides basketball. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. And to become, a staple in these kids, athletic careers here, that must feel like the biggest accomplishment you could have as far as, what you can give back to the community. Because, we know these kids, they need to eat. They need to, they can't always be cooking or going to find food, and it costs a lot of money. So to be able to give back like you are, I mean, that's got to feel like the sense of pride that you feel for that is
100%,
huge.
100%. And they're appreciative, you guys. I mean, Coach Dutch and all the coaches that come in, and whenever we see them on campus or they come by, they're always like, hey, man, thank you for all you do. I mean, these guys, it's amazing. And again, we're honored. It's something that we love to do. We're all about giving. We're all about giving. I mean, I'm a giver. In fact, I read my horoscope the other day. It said Aries is a giver. They love to give, give. And we love that aspect of it. But not only that, but not just for the athletes too, but we want this to be a go-to place, okay, for pregame, after game. Some of the other places around here, they're having issues as far as getting food out in a quick, timely manner when someone wants to go to a basketball game or a football game, or they want to go down and tailgate and snap for whatever it may be. But we're trying to make we're known around campus here, obviously, as Broyo. I mean, if you walk around campus, and a lot of them are, now when I walk on campus, sometimes I feel kind of famous because everyone's like, Billy from Philly across the parking lot. Yeah. But no, we want this to be, we want people to feel comfortable here, but we also have a certain energy and vibe here by us being on site. Yeah. Which is very important that you don't get a lot of other restaurants where the owners are there.
Have you ever done the 6-pound challenge?
No, I have not.
6-pound Montezuma challenge, right? But you just had, we were on your social media on Instagram.
I saw the girl.
And we saw the young girl.
My Eagles fan. She's my Eagles fan.
That's unbelievable.
Gosh. She's amazing.
How often is someone completing the challenge?
Not very often, but I got a good one for you, though.
Okay.
And for anybody out there listening on the radio, if you go to YouTube, there's a girl who did it in PB. This was probably 10 years ago. And she did our man versus food challenge, which is the 12 egg omelet with the chili and the beans and the 2 biscuits and all that. And this girl, hey, she might be about $120 soaking wet, 2 minutes and 39 seconds.
Like
I swear to God, you can go to YouTube and
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Hey. She never used a fork. She just used her hands.
Man.
But she's she's like the Joey Chestnut.
I was going to say, she needs to get into the
How is that possible?
They come in, they set their cameras up, man. They got, they YouTube it. They're trying to get all their hits. They're trying to get all their likes.
That is
crazy. It's nuts. It's crazy, but not me. No.
Okay, not us either. But
John's trying to force me to do it.
If you want to try it, 6-pound Montezuma challenge. And if you eat it all,
burrito.
If you eat it all, it's free.
It's free.
If you don't, $34.95. It's a risk worth taking. It's a risk worth taking. Billy from Philly, appreciate you having us, man.
We appreciate you guys, man. We appreciate all the pub and all the, and all the love. No doubt about it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you guys,
so much. Billy from Philly.
Go Aztecs.
At Broyo, go Aztecs. Indeed. We are here until 6 p.m. This is your pregame hangout for San Diego State men's basketball. Elsie Harrington, freshman guard for the Aztecs, will join us on the other side. This is John and Jim. All right, John and Jim back at Broyo here on campus at San Diego State, getting you ready for the upcoming men's basketball season, which gets underway officially Tuesday night at Viejas Arena, San Diego State and Long Beach State. So much excitement. Some of that centers around San Diego State's freshman class. LZ Harrington, freshman guard. Roommate Tay Simmons is here as well. Freshman forward for the Aztecs. And LZ Harrington joining us right now. John and Jim, first of all, LZ, thanks for doing it, and I'm sure you're looking forward to Tuesday night.
Yes, sir, of course.
So what is it like? We always ask these young players as they enter the program, the transition from high school to college. How would you describe the transition that's gone on for you over the course of the summer into the fall?
I've been telling everyone the biggest difference is just physicality. Everyone was telling me that before I got here, but you don't know until you're really out there. In the first practice, I remember the first drill we did was rebounding drill. And I went with Pharaoh. I threw the ball off the backboard. I damn near fell out of bounds. But yeah, just getting used to that. It's probably the biggest difference. And then you're kind of just expected to, everyone knows how to play. So you're kind of just expected to, get the plays quick and all that stuff. So, just maybe the pace of the game, too, has been an adjustment. But, yeah, at the end of the day, it's just basketball. And I think I realized that through definitely, the end of the first half of UCLA. I got comfortable out there. I was like, it's just basketball, so let me just go play and have fun.
So for you, coming to San Diego State, what was some of the big factors in choosing San Diego State, and what kind of pushed that over the edge to make you commit here to the Aztecs?
Yeah, so my recruitment was pretty funny. I think guys.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We did. Yeah,
and ultimately it was just what college I go to is the biggest decision of my life that I've had to make, and so I just need to make sure it's the right decision. And when I came up here on my visit, it just the love and family aspect I got from the coaching staff and even the players. I've been on visits, the players are kind of standoffish and maybe a little judgy because you're a recruit and all that, but it was just love. And a really big thing to me was how comfortable my family felt. When I brought them up here, my dad and my mom, they were just yeah, this is it. And ultimately, basketball related, the biggest thing I need to work on is probably my motor and my defense, and that's what they do here. So it was just a perfect fit all around.
LZ Harrington with us right now on John and Jim. Again, your college debut is going to be Tuesday night at Viejas Arena against Long Beach State. I want to ask you how you describe your game, because I feel like a compliment is when I watch you play, and I think when other people watch you play, you seemingly are in complete control. You're playing at your pace. You're playing your game, and you haven't even started yet your freshman year. So how do you describe your skill set and your type of play?
Yeah, like you said, I think I play with a good pace. In high school, I don't know where I got labeled as a forward at some point in my high school career, but I played point guard my whole high school career. And coming here, I knew Sean was coming in. I knew we had Taj, even BJ. So I knew it wasn't just going to be me playing point guard. And I think that'll benefit me in the long run. So just learn how to play multiple positions, but I feel like I can do everything pretty well. So, whether that's needing to score, needing to pass, needing to defend, I feel like I can do everything. And yeah, it's that is good for me.
So the depth of this team, as we've talked a lot about, today and obviously leading up to this season, for you, is this one of the most talented teams that you've been on, or is there other teams like maybe AAU that you've played on where you're like, okay, this is a good team?
Yeah, I will say I've been blessed to play on some really good teams in high school. Last year, I the number 1, number 2 player on my team and the grade below me. But in terms of every single player, this is definitely the most stacked team I've been on, because usually we're pretty top heavy and then we're playing the whole game. Whereas this, it's 1 through however many players you got are all really good. So
many guys. So you enter college, your freshman roommate is Tay Simmons, your teammate, freshman forward. What's it like going through an experience like this together, you and Tay?
It's just been fun. Honestly, we share a lot of the same struggles and we share a lot of the same high moments too. It's just been fun, and I think that's what's made us so close. Like you said, we're going through this together, and we're learning so much about not just basketball, but even like who we are as people outside of basketball. And I just think it's such a blessing. I mean, like just for it to be us two, it's like we really rely and depend on each other so much. And so I just think like, I'm just so grateful that I have him with me to, you know, be on this journey.
Aside from the basketball, like what's your favorite part about being in San Diego now?
I mean, I can say the weather. I'm from out here.
Yeah.
So the weather, I've always had great weather, but the food actually is very good.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food or food place?
Food just in general.
We know you love bro.
We love broken
of
yolk.
course.
Like if you had to pick like a favorite like food like to eat.
Type of food?
Type of food.
Yeah, I like rigatoni pasta, rigatoni vodka pasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Italian, I like it.
And I really like a good steak.
And a good steak.
Good steak. John would know nothing about that.
No, I'm a vegetarian. Believe it or not, I'm a vegetarian. All right, so you got to be thrilled, obviously, for this opportunity coming up Tuesday night. But what are your, I guess, expectations for the year? Whether it's you as a freshman going through college basketball or you with your teammates from a team perspective, what you're about to experience. Like, do you go into it with expectations or do you go into it kind of like more of a blank slate? We'll see how this plays out.
I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I don't have goals for myself.
Sure.
Like, I have made it clear to everyone around me I want to go to the NBA like as soon as I can.
Sure.
And obviously, like I would like to win awards, but at the same time, I don't want to put like too much pressure on myself. And like I really want to enjoy like college basketball and having fun. So I mean, my expectations are a lot more on the team. Like we're really good, we should win. Like I don't want to really lose games. I know that's hard to do.
Sure.
But my expectation is really just getting better, and I feel like I've done that since I've gotten here. So as long as I continue to get better, I know like all the goals and things that I want to happen will happen. So I'm just trying to stay focused on getting better every single day.
What's it like to be coached by Brian Dutcher early on? I mean, obviously just starting, but, you know, leading up to this season, how has it been for you to be coached by Dutch?
It's been great. He's been great. I mean, there's been days where he gets a little crazy. But like one thing I really appreciate about him is he's really like I think I am. He's pretty like level.
Yeah.
And he lets, you know, the assistants do all the yelling and stuff like that. But it's been great. I've learned so much, especially on the defensive end. And I feel like he's instilled a lot of habits in me that like you don't realize how much they matter until you maybe get a deflection that you wouldn't usually get, or you get a rebound that you wouldn't usually get. So I'm just grateful to have him in my life and be able to learn the game from him.
LZ Harrington, Aztec freshman guard, with us right now on John and Jim. So you've played at Viejas now a couple of times, UCLA,
yep.
USD. What's it like as a player being in that type of environment? That's not yet the regular season.
Yeah.
It'll be the fever pitch on Tuesday. What's it been like to play there?
Honestly, I might sound crazy, but when I'm playing, I don't really hear anything behind the shoes squeaking and the ball and the people on the floor talking. So I don't look up at the crowd at all or anything. I'm just, it's like I'm playing a video game and like I mean, then I don't know how to describe it. Like maybe when I'm warming up or like running out, I'm like, okay, wow, this is like you get a little jitters. But once I'm in the game, I'm just like
just another game.
It's just basketball. I feel like it's just 10 people on the court. So
yeah, and going into the season, we talk about the depth. You know, the depth of this team. For you to maybe adjust your role, what you've been used to in high school, like how has that been for you to go into this season knowing that, you know, your role compared to what you did in high school, right, is going to be different early on here at San Diego State?
Yeah, I was telling the media yesterday, it's just been an adjustment, learning how to just stay ready, like when it's your turn. And I was actually talking to one of my mentors, Darren Constant, today, and he was like, it's going to make it this much, like, it's going to make it that much better when your role is solidified because, like I said, I need to work on my motor. And so it's like learning how to always stay ready and, like, give your 110% every time you're on the court. That'll make me that much better when I'm playing and, like, I know, like, okay, you're going to play this many minutes. And, like, I know I'm not going to be taking plays off. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to see the good in that. But, yeah, it's been different. it's been hard, but like I said, I feel like I'm getting better at it. So
it's a great mindset because going forward, it's like, all right, this is all going to pay off in the future. Because some people, they'd be like, look, I came here, I want to play a bunch of minutes, I want to start.
Yeah.
But it's a really good mindset to have for sure.
It's such a balancing act too, because you think about. I'm just thinking about San Diego State guards. I mean, there have been some unbelievably talented players. One of your teammates, Miles Bird.
Absolutely.
I think he played 4 games. It was ultimately a redshirt year. Lamont Butler played limited minutes as a freshman. But again, when you have the opportunity, you want to take advantage of it. Obviously, you mentioned Darren Collison. He calls that. He calls a lot of games on TV, right? He called some Aztec games. I'm sure you'll see him at Viejas Arena here in 2025. LZ, we appreciate you swinging by. Congratulations on all your successes. We're looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday night at Viejas Arena, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right. LZ Harrington, freshman guard for San Diego State. By the way, the preseason Mountain West Freshman of the Year. We should have mentioned that. Preseason.
Oh, way to bury the lead, John.
You should have known that.
You were the one that just brought it up. You should have said it.
But again, he's here for more than accolades. And LZ Harrington
absolutely.
Joining us here on John and Jim. We'll take a time out. More from Broyo on the campus of San Diego State. We'll kick off hour number 4 of John and Jim next.
All right, this update is brought to you by Lowe's. Game 5 of the World Series last night. Blue Jays beat the Dodgers to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 tomorrow night in Toronto. Blue Jays looking to win the World Series. First one since '93. Dodgers are looking to force a Game 7. Saturday night, San Diego State takes on Wyoming for homecoming here at Snapdragon Stadium. 4 p.m. kickoff. 2 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760 with the Aztecs on 760. SDFC will be on our sister station on Jammin' 95.7 as they take on Portland in Game 2 of their series. 6 p.m. pregame, 6:30 kickoff on Jammin' 95.7. With Lowe's Blueprint takeoff. Oh, by the way, tonight, the
Brian Dutcher Show?
No, not the Brian Dutcher Show. We're talking to Brian Dutcher next. But coming up tonight at 6 p.m., the Sean Lewis Coaches Show with John Rich and Coach Lewis. With Lowe's Blueprint Takeoff, you can turn blueprints into competitive quotes. Bring Lowe's your plans, and they'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting faster and easier. Visit the Lowe's Pro Desk to get started today.
By the way,
Getting you all set for that drive home. Let's just start the show. Here's John and Jim.
all right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? Final hour of John and Jim Broyo on campus at San Diego State. Just days away from the men's basketball season. We do want to thank the folks over at Broyo, the Mesa Foundation, for having us out here today. We're with you for the next hour. But if you missed Brian Dutcher, head coach of the Aztecs, he joined us live a couple of hours ago, and he joined us on his 66th birthday. This is Brian Dutcher.
Appreciate it. 66 years old. That's hard to imagine.
Wow.
But,
Okay.
hey, it's better than the alternative.
I was trying to get yeah, exactly. I was trying to get John to sing happy birthday to you, but he declined. So.
We thought you were bringing something for Dutch.
Thought you were going to make me a pizza. I've been listening to you guys. I thought I'd get a pizza. No pizza.
Like I said, I'm still working on it. Perfection takes time. I can't just whip up a pizza without being perfect. So maybe in the future I'll make a pizza for you. No asparagus though. Sorry.
Asparagus pizza. We talked about that on a coach's show years ago.
We sure did. Let's start with Broken Yoke, because I know this place has meant a lot to San Diego State men's basketball. You see your student athletes here all the time. We're going to be here this afternoon. Your players are going to be here later this afternoon. What does a relationship like this mean for your program?
It's everything. They're fueling our team. We eat a meal here every day. And during the season, and we have to fuel these guys. They burn calories. I don't know if I could eat every day, but they can, because they're burning the calories. And Billy and Roy and Nick, and they take such good care of us. And it's like sometimes you have corporate sponsorships and you don't know any of the people. It's like you're excited about it, but it's the people that make everything so much fun. And these guys take incredibly great care of us. And they make us feel welcome, and they're easy to support their thing over here. And the food is great. The atmosphere is incredible. And just want to thank those guys for their commitment to Aztec basketball and Aztec athletics.
And we haven't talked to you since the huge donation from Chase at Blenders of $5 million to the Mesa Foundation. What does that mean to you, and especially the program, to have that big of a donation from somebody, like you said, somebody that you can see, somebody you can talk to, have a relationship with, to invest that much into this program?
Yeah, and everybody hears about the money, and the money's significant and substantial. It raises the bar for us, but it's beyond that. It's Chase is a person that wants to help mentor our kids, guide them through life, help them market themselves. And so you can pour money into something, but then you can pour your being into it, and that's what he's doing. Yeah. He's pouring himself into our program, and there's no price for that. So we're grateful to have Chase being a part of everything we're doing right now in Aztec basketball.
Brian Dutcher with us right now from the Broken Yoke. We're on campus at San Diego State. Please swing by. We're here until 6 p.m. I'll start here, Dutch. Can you believe it's year 9 as head coach? I mean, that's gone super quick, right? My first year here was your first year as the head coach. I know you've been here for over a quarter century, but not 9 years. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I never know how many. I'm like, is it 8 or 9?
Yeah.
I'm not like keeping count. Yeah. So I feel good. I feel good about it. Like I said, if I was a head coach since I was in my 30s, I might be worn down by now.
Right. Yeah.
But for year 9, I feel like my energy's really good. I like the direction of the program right now, and we can't take anything for granted. We have to keep pouring into it every day, giving everything we've got, players, coaches, everybody that's involved in our program. And if we do that, we'll continue to have success.
So first 2 exhibition games, UCLA didn't go your guys' way. Last night definitely went your way. How do you feel after the first couple of games here? on the court, getting ready for the opener coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, I felt good about UCLA. I mean, the fact we got down 17-0. I think the biggest relief of the last scrimmage game against San Diego was that we scored before the 8-minute mark and the fans could sit down. They were They clapped extra loud because they had stood so long the game before.
Like, thank goodness.
Oh yeah, thank goodness. Yeah, that was an article. Like, they were mad that they had to stand so long, and I'm like, I apologize.
Yeah,
we scored early in the second half. So, but no, UCLA was good. It taught us a lot of lessons that we put to use against USD, and even though the opponents probably weren't comparable, the schemes and what we wanted to do were. And so there were things we wanted to get better at based on the UCLA scrimmage, and I thought we did. And Coach Lavin's done a great job over at USD. It's hard to replace an entire roster, and that's what he's done, one returning player. And so their timing is going to be a little different than ours. He said after the game, you guys, have 8 returning players or something like that? I said, yeah, and that makes a huge difference, Steve. So I like your group. I like your talent. I think you guys will get there. The timeline's just different.
You've touched on this a lot, the importance of depth, but also the tightrope that you walk as a coach when you have a lot of really good players. I think it's better than the alternative, not having any good players, but you've got this deep group. How does that impact you heading into the year? How do you feel about that kind of tightrope that you'll be walking with 10, 11, 12 players that can play for you?
It's everything. I mean, it's them being able to accept it. It's easy to say, hey, accept your role. But when you're a young guy and basketball is everything to you and you want to be on the floor, and they asked Farrell last night, do you want to start? And, of course, he's smart politically. No, I want it, whatever it takes, whatever role I need to fill to contribute to winning. But then I just said, yeah, everybody wants to start. Yeah,
right,
Farrell wants to start. Heidi wants to start. BJ wants to start. Nick wants to start. Every player on my team wants to start, And so they have to be willing to accept whatever their roles are, and they could change game by game, practice by practice, depending on how they're playing and how they're contributing.
You've been asked the question about the depth of this team, and obviously the national championship team you've mentioned, like you had, players coming off the bench that the following year were in the conversation, like Jaden Ledee to be national player of the year, right? Or Karl Malone award. But the depth of this team, and when you have a team with depth, how does that change things, how you coach, and how easier does it make it to have the depth that you have, the team like you have right now?
We can wear our opponents down at some point if we're playing fresh legs all the time and we're running. We're playing hard when we're out there. We're not trying to pace ourselves. We're giving everything we got for our segment. That can help win games. But you have to accept that. Sometimes you're like, I'm playing pretty good. Why am I coming out? Because you got fresh legs, but I'm playing good. So that's the fine line you walk as a coach. Who do you leave in because they're rolling a little bit, and who do you take out? And it changes game to game. And so that's going to be the key to my success this year, is how I can manage my team. And it won't be easy. It will be difficult. I know that already. But I told them I care about all of them. I want the best for all of them. But now I have to make hard decisions. And so you're going to have to live with them. And is that fair or unfair? I don't know. But you're here, and this is what it is, and you'll have to live with what I decide.
Brian Dutcher with us right now. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. We're at Broken Yoke on the campus of San Diego State on this gorgeous October day, which happens to coincide again with Brian Dutcher's birthday. For Miles Bird heading into this year, and I know he's been nicked up a little bit and hasn't been practicing fully, but for him to reach the full potential, for him to continue to evolve his game, what do you need to see from him this year?
Just consistency. We see Bird when he has big nights, and then he'll have a tough game or two, and now it's, can you consistently perform every night? And maybe it not be at the elite level, but the drop-off when you're not elite can't be all the way to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like every player strives for, being consistent night in and night out. And he's done that in practice when he's been out there. He's missed some time, obviously. But as he works himself back into good health, it's just being a more consistent version of who he is.
And about Magoon, update on him. How's he looking? I know that he's probably, eating here a lot because he's gaining some weight here, which is a good thing for his size. He was a stick when he first got here. But update on Magoon and how he's looking for the start of the season.
I mean, he's hitting all his marks as far as rehab and measurements and strength back in the leg. And so I think by November 6th, hopefully if he continues to hit those, he'll be cleared for full practice. So he's doing stuff now, 5-on-0, individual workouts, conditioning, building not only strength in that leg, but confidence in that leg. When you don't do anything on a leg for 6 months and all of a sudden you start going, you're subconsciously favoring it, and you're not trying to go off it as much because they've told you for 6 months, don't put any weight on it, make sure you're rehabbing it.
Yeah.
And so now you're being told, okay, go on it. And so there's a mental hurdle he has to jump to. I think he'll get there, but it won't be as fast as any of us want. He hasn't played a game. He played one game since last February when he got hurt. So there's going to be some timing issues, but I know when he's healthy, he's as good a player as there is in the country, and we're going to get him healthy.
I think people forget sometimes with young players like Magoon Gwath in college has only played then collectively 20-something games. He redshirted, played 20 games. Now he's coming back from the knee. It's funny. A lot of fans don't see between year one and year two, they don't see the players. You see the evolution all season long or all year long. Can you speak to the growth from Pharaoh Compton and Taj DeGorville from year one to where they are right now entering year two?
Yeah, just experience as a great teacher. And they're not only on the court, but how they're eating, how they're conditioning, what kind of shape they're in. That's just part of the evolution in a player is like not only skills, but eating habits, sleeping habits, all that goes into making you a better player. And they seem like they're in a good routine right now, and they're growing their games in every regard, on the floor and off the floor.
So preseason polls with the Mountain West Conference, being rated first in the preseason here, you pretty much clean sweep across the board of everything. There's been years where, you guys haven't been voted as the preseason number one in the Mountain West Conference, and that could be used as like maybe motivation. But when you clean sweep like everything, how do you approach that with your team?
Well, there's only one direction to go when you're projected to have everything.
Right.
Player of the year, freshman of the year,
right?
Unanimous choice, defensive player of the year. So if we meet all those goals, it'll be a pretty good year.
It's great,
so, yeah. But no, we come to work every day. That's the key to any season. And anybody that's watched Aztec basketball since Steve Fisher got here, we get better as the year goes on. So we're never satisfied, and so we put the work in. And I said work isn't always rewarded when you do it. Sometimes it takes time, but hard work at the end of the day is always rewarded. Yeah. So we put our work in. So what that means at the start of the year or early in the year, I don't know. Hopefully we hit stride right away. But if we don't, I know we'll get there eventually.
Judge, before you go, opening night officially Tuesday night, Viejas Arena, Long Beach State. A former assistant of yours, Chris Acker, of course, coaching at the beach right now. What do you want fans to know about this opening game coming up Tuesday night, San Diego State, Long Beach State?
They look like the Aztecs. They close out. They play really good defense. They're hard to score on. They share the ball, and so Chris was important to our program, and he's done a good job at Long Beach building his own now. He's got a lot of new pieces. I think he's only got one returning player. So for them to look like they did, I watched their LMU scrimmage, who they beat pretty handily. And obviously they got beat by Point Loma in a close one. But I think they're making strides, and they'll be a real challenge for us on opening night.
Opening night, Viejas Arena. It is back. Your number 9 for Brian Dutcher, who was kind enough to join us this afternoon.
On his birthday.
On my birthday.
On his birthday. And speaking of, because it is your birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Pancakes. Happy birthday, dear Dutch. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it. Let me blow these out.
All right, got a stack of pancakes with some candles in it.
They
some
didn't
strawberries.
They don't have pancakes big enough to fit 66 candles.
No,
they got 6 on there.
Yeah, they got 6.
Goodness.
That's good enough. That's close enough. Yeah,
Dutch, enjoy it. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
All right, so Jim, now my next birthday. What are you going to do for me? When is your birthday? Jim has been 35 for 10 years.
I'm 36.
Exactly. So you should be 45 based on my math.
When is your birthday?
Every year.
I know. It was recent, right? It was
June,
like
you idiot.
It was a couple months ago, right?
Was it? Yeah, a couple months ago. It was within the last 12 months. It was in June.
A couple months ago.
It's a couple of months. When is your birthday? February?
Yeah.
29th?
No, February 5th.
Maybe that's why you stay young, because you only have a birthday once every 4 years. Although February 5th doesn't work for them.
I've been 35 years old for the last 7 years.
Have the Niners lost a Super Bowl on your birthday before?
No,
because normally actually the Super Bowl is a little later.
The last Super Bowl that I can remember that was on my actual birthday, I forget what I think it might have been Super Bowl 40. It was Steelers Seahawks. It was Jerome Bettis' final game in a Steelers uniform. It was Ben Roethlisberger's rookie year. No, it wasn't Super Bowl 40. It was, when was it? I forget what Super Bowl it was, but that was the Super Bowl. Whatever year that was the last time Super Bowl was on my birthday. So no, the Niners have not lost on my birthday, John. Thanks.
Just stay tuned.
Yeah, soon though. Soon they'll lose.
All right, we're at Broken Yoke on the campus of San Diego State, getting you ready for San Diego State's men's basketball season, which gets underway officially on Tuesday night. Much more on the other side. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, John and Jim rolling on from Broken Yoke here at San Diego State on this spectacular day. Just days away from San Diego State's men's basketball season getting underway. We're here until 6 p.m. We're talking Aztecs, we're talking World Series, we're talking Padres manager search. Brent, we do have Aztec football tickets to give away, right, for Saturday?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
All right, so we are going to give those away in about 6 minutes. So do not go anywhere. We have a great giveaway. Tickets to see the Aztecs this Saturday in just about 48 hours take on the Wyoming Cowboys, Saturday at 4 p.m. We'll give away those tickets in 5 or 6 minutes. That is homecoming at Snapdragon Stadium. So be listening for a chance to win those tickets. It's been a fun afternoon. We had Brian Dutchers, you just heard on the show. Yeah. We've talked to 3 different San Diego State men's basketball players. We'll see if Jim's going to make it out to a game this year before the national championship. Because, it's fun. I joke, but the year that San Diego State played in the national championship, which was actually only 2.5 years ago, April of 2023, Jim was texting me that weekend. You were looking at ways to potentially fly in for either the Final Four or the national championship game, but you had not seen the Aztecs play in person that entire year.
So that was very close to actually happening.
What happened again?
So what happened was they made the national championship
on Lamont's shot.
So
you're excited at this point.
Yeah, and I was already looking at ways to maybe get to the Final Four.
Right.
But the timing didn't work out because I needed to host a broadcast.
Like a pregame,
like a broadcast pregame. We were at, I forget where we were at, Novo. We're at Novo, Brazil in Chula Vista. And so I had to be there. We actually had Matt Mitchell on the show. We had, who else?
That's pretty cool. I don't even know if I realized that.
Yeah. Well, you were doing,
because I was in Houston.
You were in Houston.
Yeah.
But I remember I DM'd Matt Mitchell and he's like, yeah, I can come on.
Yeah.
And he came on. We had Coach Fisher on the show as well. But after that, I was like, dude, I got to go. Because you were like, I got you credentialed. You can come.
I did. Yeah. You were actually credentialed for the national championship game.
So I was looking at tickets and I kid you not, I was like, I had
close to hitting the return button.
You were like, you can sleep on my floor. I remember.
Yeah. You could have.
And I actually am lucky that I didn't get those tickets, or not lucky, but there's a good thing. The reason why I didn't get those tickets was because I had to host another pregame show before the national championship.
Yep.
So it turned out, better for the station, not better for me.
I think I hosted it with you from my hotel room.
We were at Home and Away.
Okay, maybe not.
And it was me and Fletch, and we were at Home and Away. Or no, that was before one of the Final Four games. I forget, dude.
Here's the point.
A lot happening.
Here's the point. Why don't you swing by Tuesday night? Aztecs, Long Beach State.
Got tickets for me?
Tickets at goaztecs.com.
Oh, okay. All right.
And, you can bring Aaron. Right? Talk to Mesa.
Hold on.
Make a donation.
Let's look at, hold on. Let me just look at the schedule here real quick. All right.
Look at the schedule.
Hold on. Just got to look at the schedule because I'll pick
a Sunday game. That first week,
I'll pick a game to go to. All right. So they play Tuesday, right?
They do
against Long Beach. All right. Okay. So Long Beach State, Idaho State, Sunday the 9th.
Yep.
Troy the 18th.
Yeah. Vegas after that.
Yeah. All right. Are we doing a pregame show outside of the Viejas against Troy?
I don't know the answer to that.
It's a Tuesday.
I mean, it's possible.
I'll go to that one.
You're going to go to that one.
I'll go to that one.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Sunday at 2?
No, Sunday at 2. Yeah, do the Sunday at 2 maybe. That's the weekend where I'm flying back from Hawaii and calling a game.
Let's look at the 49er schedule here.
They're done. They're cooked.
I know.
No, I'm kidding. You have to watch the Niners.
They play at 1:25. That might be hard, John.
For a 2:00 game?
Yeah.
Oh, they'll already be down 9.
The Troy game, I'll circle that one, all right?
All right, circle it.
There we go.
Circle it. I like it. All right, so we're Broyo, and again, we're going to be here until 6 p.m., and we've talked Aztecs hoops. We've also talked about the World Series. So tomorrow is Game 6, and Toronto is back home. Remember the last Game 6 they played, they trailed 3-2. And
George Springer hit a game-winning
massive
3-run homer or something.
Yeah. So you had them overcome the 3-2 deficit the last time out. Clearly, their home field has mattered significantly in this series or overall in the postseason. I mean, it's almost too good to be true. Are they just going to get this thing done on Friday night and win the World Series over the heavily favored LA Dodgers? I mean, it does seem a little bit too good to be true. You're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. I know Jim is waiting for that.
I said that it's inevitable that the Dodgers are going to win the World Series, just because that's what it is, and I'm going to stick to that because I think that I'm not going to write off the Dodgers just yet. The second you write off the Dodgers, they'll go and win and make everyone look like idiots. So I will hold off from saying this.
So you're not going to tweet Dodgers are done,
No.
season over.
Dude, they got Yamamoto game 6, Glass now game, or all hands on deck game 7.
Right. And Yamamoto went complete game 2.
He's gone complete game. Last 2 starts in the postseason. So
bunt.
I you know what I mean? Like, look, Kevin Gausman's been really good for the Blue Jays, but Yamamoto's been better. And the thing with the Dodgers is when their formula is this: special pitching performance from their starter, just enough offense, and then they win. If Yamamoto gives them less than 6 tomorrow,
they're in trouble.
They are in huge trouble because their formula is we don't want to use the bullpen. Our bullpen sucks.
And it's actually worked. It's gotten them to this point. It's game 6 of the World Series.
Well, yeah, because when you spend $1 billion on a roster, like
you can overcome.
Like when you spend that much money, you're basically buying your way, essentially. I know it's baseball, anything can happen. Kind of into the position you're in now. Did you hear what Blake Snell said last night about his performance? He attributed his bad performance to the Blue Jays being lucky. Would you agree with that?
No, because I saw the first 2 pitches that were hit out, and they were just fastballs over the middle of the plate.
He said that most of last night when he was on the mound, the Blue Jays scoring off him was due to luck.
Well, maybe they're going to luck their way into a World Series here in 2025.
Hey,
Toronto.
Better
to be lucky than good.
Hey, maybe Blake shouldn't be playing Fortnite until 3 a.m. in the morning. Look,
you think he is doing that right now in the World Series?
He is a known gamer. I'm not like saying that's what he did before the game. I'm making a joke, but still, I don't know, Blake. When you throw a 97-mile-an-hour pitch over the heart of the plate, it's gonna get blasted over the fence. And give credit to the hitter. They didn't get lucky. They just hit a nuke off you, buddy.
Game 6 coming up tomorrow night from Toronto. All right, we promised you tickets to Homecoming at Snapdragon Stadium, and caller 7, you are going. 2 free tickets to see the Aztecs take on the Wyoming Cowboys this Saturday at 4 p.m. Tickets are available. GoAztecs.com. If you call 877-767-4760, and if you're caller 7, you are going as well. A pair of tickets. Call right now, 877-767-4760. Caller 7. You have 2 free tickets to see the Aztecs take on the Wyoming Cowboys. Here until 6 p.m., Broken Yoke on the campus of San Diego State, getting ready for the Aztecs men's basketball season. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update is brought to you by Lowe's. Game 6 of the World Series tomorrow night. Blue Jays lead the Dodgers 3-2. Of course, if the Blue Jays win, they win the World Series. The Dodgers win. Game 7 will be on Saturday night in Toronto. Moving over to the Aztecs, they take on Wyoming for homecoming here at Snapdragon Stadium. 4 p.m. kickoff. 2 p.m. was when our pregame coverage on San Diego Sports 760. And SDFC takes on Portland, game 2 of their postseason series. Saturday night in Portland, 6:30 kickoff. It's going to be heard on our sister station, Jammin' 95.7. And come up in about a half hour from now, the Sean Lewis Coaches Show with John Rich and Coach Lewis, getting you ready for Aztecs and Wyoming this weekend. With Lowe's Blueprint Takeoff, you can turn blueprints into competitive quotes. Bring Lowe's your plans, and they'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting faster and easier. Visit the Lowe's Pro Desk to get started today.
All right, John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. Fun afternoon out here. Broken Yoke, San Diego State. Get here before Aztec men's basketball games this season. Get here during away games. Great spot, great food and drinks. We've been eating. Have we really been eating all day? I keep saying that, but we actually haven't been eating all day.
Well, we got some wings delivered to the table.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
Well, you're not eating the wings.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You could have gotten me something.
They were fantastic. I'm serious. The wings here are really good. So if you want some wings, Broken Yoke's got some wings. Come on down and get some. They're fantastic.
All right, fantastic wings. Yes, available here at Broken Yoke. We'll have Jim's back page coming up in 15 minutes. Are you ready for that?
Are you ready for that?
I am ready for that.
That's good.
Okay, so we thought today there'd be a chance that the Padres would actually announce their new manager. We thought that was at least a possibility because
any minute now.
You can't announce a manager traditionally on a day where the World Series is being played. Yes, you can have reports of a new manager, but we thought they might actually just name their manager today. Well, it's 5:30. We haven't yet seen a new manager named. Maybe we'll get a report at some point tonight, but it's been relatively quiet in Padres land today related to who's next. Like we got the reporting yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much reporting here today.
Yeah, it's TikTok, just waiting for them to announce a manager. Padres, they might wait a little bit, but as far as like the reports go, it could happen any second.
Like 6:01,
probably 6:01. That would be such a John and Jim.
When was the last time we had something like that? Was it a Luis Arraez trade?
Luis Arraez trade happened at like 6:15.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something else happened like right after the show. I forget.
It'll happen.
It will happen. Albert Pujols, Ryan Flaherty, Ruben Niebla, Nick Hundley, all good candidates. I think there's candidates on the list that I'd prefer over others, but there's not, I think, one person on that list that I'm like, by no means hire that guy.
Would you? Okay, like
even though if Ryan Flaherty got hired, I'd be like, nah.
Like, what would your reaction be if the Padres did what the Nationals did today and hired a 33-year-old as their next manager that you had never heard of in your entire life?
Yeah, that would be a problem.
It would be basically like what happened 5 years ago or 6 years ago with Jay Stingler. In 2020. Yeah, prior to 2019, 2020 offseason.
Who?
I mean, that was the reaction.
Who is Jay Stingler?
Now, the initial reviews on Tingler, if you go now again, it was COVID. It was like, wow.
There was?
Yes, when they went 37-23 and were like the talk of the sport, like the greatest team in baseball history, best COVID team ever.
And he outmanaged Schulte.
Right. No, am I wrong? Was the initial review a negative one on Jay Stingler? I think I advocated for extending him in the middle of year two.
I think you did. Well, the Padres were a good COVID team.
Yep.
And then they were a really good
first
60 game team. And then everything just fell off a cliff and everyone hated Jay Stingler.
The 2021 second half was
a disaster.
I mean, it's arguably like as bad as 2023. I mean, the wheels completely came off. They were like 17 or 18 games over 500 in the second half.
Yeah, I think 2021 you could argue was worse than 2023 because 2020
collapse.
2023 was like a slow death.
Yep.
And it was just like, can they get over a hump? Can they do something? They never were 17 games above 500.
In 2023.
Yeah, 2021, they were
They
17
were.
games above or 18 or whatever the number was. And then they just completely collapsed. And then Manny and Toddy get in a fight in St. Louis.
That still is bizarre.
And everyone just hates Jace Tingler. You got AJ Preller telling Marty on the field they expect Tingler to be a decade plus manager, and they fire him 3 weeks later because everyone hates the guy.
When's the last time you went to like a YouTube? I'm thinking about it right now. When's the last time you went to YouTube or saw any footage of the Tatis Machado incident in St. Louis?
I've had some Dodger trolls tag me recently and be like, "Oh, you're an idiot," blah blah. I'm like, I'm not even on the baseball team, you moron. But yeah, I've seen it recently.
I have not. I've stayed away from it because it's kind of tough for me to watch. It just encapsulates that second half and everything that went wrong.
Yeah.
That was a bizarre time. Anyway, they need to prevent that from happening in 2026.
But if they hired a 33-year-old manager,
you could have something like that.
I would just sit here and I don't even know my reaction would be. I'd probably be stunned, honestly. If they hired a 33-year-old no-name guy like the Washington Nationals did today, and the Nationals are in a different, part of their franchise. They're not expected to compete.
Right. They're not supposed to maybe be in the National League pennant conversation in 2026.
Exactly. Where the Padres are.
Right.
If the Padres did that today, I would be shocked.
At the end, basically, we're heading towards the end of another week where we've been discussing the Padres manager search. I am now more firmly entrenched in the Albert Pujols camp as I've ever been. Not to say I'm going to freak out if they don't hire him.
Albert Pujols jersey in the cart?
I'm fully on board. It's Albert Pujols. If he wants the job, then I want him to be given the opportunity to manage.
Give him the job, damn it.
I mean, the accomplishments on field obviously speak for themselves, but the fact that he's actually dabbled in managing, like in the WBC, like managing the Dominican team in the WBC, the fact that he has been linked to other jobs, including the Angels and even the Orioles earlier this offseason, like he seems committed to it. And I'm not worried about 2029 or 2030. I don't think we'll be here in 4 or 5 years either, but I don't think anyone will be here in 4 or 5 years. So because of that, I see it as like a short-term fix. Could Albert Pujols come in and get more out of your stars over the next couple of years? And if you think the answer is yes, then I'm on board.
And by the way, the questions that we would have for Albert Pujols, which would be legitimate questions like, hey, can you manage a bullpen?
Right.
Can you what's your pinch hitting philosophy? All this stuff that you would ask of a manager.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I had the same questions with Ryan Flaherty. I'd have the same questions with Nick Hundley. I would have the same questions with Ruben Niebla, even though you would think Ruben Niebla would be more equipped to handle a bullpen because he is the pitching coach. Right?
What if we found out he becomes a manager? Like, this guy's terrible.
He can't manage a bullpen.
I mean, that would be ridiculous.
But it's still, those are the questions that I would have for everybody. So, look, Albert Pujols, how does he manage a bullpen? Okay. Ryan Flaherty, how does he manage a bullpen? I think it's the same questions for those, for maybe every single candidate that's on the Padres list. That's why I'm high on Pujols, because there's no other candidate on this list where I'm like, that guy brings something to the table that definitely Albert Pujols doesn't.
I'm high on Pujols because I'll be like, yo, get in uniform, dude. Like, if things aren't going well, like,
you DH.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Hit 7th. You can fall out of bed with a hit or two.
We need a hit.
Come on. We need you.
Yeah.
All right. We're at Broken Yoke on campus here at San Diego State, hanging out until 6 p.m., getting you ready for the Aztecs men's basketball opener, which is Tuesday night at Viejas Arena against Long Beach State. So here for another 20 minutes or so. Jim's back page is on the other side. Stay with us. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, final time. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. Thank you to Mesa. Thank you to Broken Yoke. We're going to be here Tuesday. Well, we won't be here, but we'll be at Viejas Arena on Tuesday as the Aztecs open their season against Long Beach State. 7 p.m. is the tip time. Pre-game coverage beginning at 6 p.m. Of course, John and Jim on the air at 2 p.m. So we've got you covered. Of course, the home of the Aztecs all season long for San Diego State football and basketball. Sean Lewis show, by the way, is coming up in 14 minutes. What should I ask Sean?
Do you like football?
I've asked him that. Actually, today I asked him the dumbest question.
What did you ask him?
Because I was like, Sean, like, you're the coach of the team, right? He's like, yes.
Like, no S.
But the reason where I was trying to go was people think football coaches, all they do is like draw plays in their X's and O's or whatever. But yesterday, did you see Sean Lewis? You did. He was in the dunk tank.
Yeah.
Dunk tank on campus for like raising money for like, what was it? Aztecs Rock Hunger, like raising money for people, you know, in our community.
Yeah, charity.
Yeah, well, yes.
I was waiting for you to say charity. I'm
It's
like,
been a long day. Anyway, so I was like, Sean, you're the coach, right? He's like, yeah. And it made no sense. Whatever I said made no sense.
when did you say, like, when did you talk about this? When did you ask this question?
Oh, you want to hear it, right?
Yeah. Was it like
we have the audio?
Was it like at the start of your guys' conversation?
No,
like
it was
middle?
like it was either the second or the third segment. It was not the first.
Sean, you're the coach, right?
And we all paused, me and Rich, and Sean's like, and then Sean's like, yes, I am the coach. I'm like, no, I know. I'm like, it was, yeah, it's a dumb question.
The best, actually not the best, because like in our situation, when you ask questions to somebody,
yeah,
and you get the one word like, yep, answer.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's the worst.
It's the absolute
worst.
worst.
It's the worst. It's like, so
no, the
you
worst,
like this? Like, yeah.
Here, I'll tell you the true word. The worst is when you ask the exact same question that's already been asked.
I've done that before.
Yes, you have. And you've actually, to your credit, there's been about 9 times since you asked an identical question to my question to a fantasy football guest. There's been 9 times I thought you were going to do it. You somehow like asked something a little bit different. So I don't want to like
Travis Etienne or what his name was.
I was like, yeah, I'm like, would you start Travis Etienne this weekend? It's like, yeah, I would start Travis Etienne. Jim's like, I have a question. Would you start Travis Etienne this weekend?
It was, look, I forget.
Even today with Dutch, hold on. Here, I'll take
What did I say?
I'll take it behind the curtain.
What did I do?
Hey, Dutch, you got a really deep team. Like, how does that impact you? And he talks about it. He's like, yeah. And then you're like, hey, Dutch, you've got a really deep team. Like, oh, God, where are you going with this? And then you kind of ask something a little bit different. So it worked out.
Yeah, I was going the route of like, because you have a deep team, what I guess what challenges does that present? And then it didn't come out right.
All right.
Can you not deal with this right now?
I can't. But let's get to it.
Do you want to just go home and go to sleep?
No, not go to sleep.
Thank you.
What have we missed?
All right, so Halloween is tomorrow night, John.
Are you sure?
Well, tomorrow, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you want to get ready for Halloween, Regal Cinemas is releasing new alcoholic booze buckets in theaters for Halloween. They're Halloween booze buckets. You can get Glow Juice, Berry Scary Rita, or Rum for Your Life. How about that? Each theme bucket comes with a signature spooky cocktail designed to fit the occasion. Guests can choose between the Rum for Your Life, a Berry Scary Rita, or a Glow Juice. Every drink is served in a collectible glow-in-the-dark Halloween bucket.
That sounds good.
So if you want to go and enjoy a movie and still be in the Halloween, I guess, I don't know, mood, you can get a glow bucket with booze in it.
Is Halloween, this is going to be a dumb question.
Okay.
Because you know me.
Yeah.
Is Halloween a big, like, let's go out and watch a movie night? Now, I get it. It's like a scary movie night, I guess, if you're like a 17-year-old, right? Like, hey, I'm too cool to trick or treat. By the way, you cannot trick or treat at like 10:40 p.m. You know, the kids are like pushing the hours.
Yeah.
Like Halloween, I feel like is for like 8-year-olds.
Okay.
Not like 18-year-olds.
It could be for anybody, John.
True. But what's the point here? The point is it a big movie night?
Could be.
Okay.
Look, at Halloween, you want to watch a scary movie? Go to the movie
I'm
theaters.
not a scary movie guy.
You're a no
I'm not a
movie guy.
movie
You're not
guy,
even
though.
a movie guy.
But are you a scary movie guy?
I'm not really a scary movie guy.
See,
No.
this year's a little different because Halloween's actually on a Friday.
Yeah.
So usually if it's on like a
True.
Wednesday,
Good
nobody's
point.
going to go to the movies
Great
on a
point,
Wednesday
yeah.
just because it's Halloween.
Yeah, it sets up perfectly. A Friday night Halloween, Saturday night Halloween, like perfect setup.
that makes
dude.
sense.
Perfect. If you want to go to McDonald's and enjoy some Halloween themed items, well, McDonald's is bringing back their fan favorite Boo Buckets. If you want, you can get a Happy Meal with a Boo Bucket and use the Boo Bucket for trick-or-treating for your kids.
So what is a Boo Bucket?
It's just like a bucket that you can use to get candy for.
Brings back their. Okay, so how do I get that bucket?
Well, John, it's at McDonald's and you order a Happy Meal and you can get it in a Boo Bucket.
That brings up another point. Can you order a Happy Meal if you're an adult?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can order a Happy Meal no matter.
Oh, I
It's
thought
just not
Happy
off the
Meal was-
children's menu.
I thought they put you up against like that ruler, like it's a ride. Like, dude, you're 6'1". You can't have a.
You
can't have a Happy Meal.
No, this is not a ride, John. This is food. I can go there and be like, hey, can I get a chicken nugget Happy Meal? And they're like, yeah, sure.
Aren't you the one that ordered like kids meals somewhere
at Rubio's.
No,
At Rubio's? You ordered the kids taco or something?
No, I ordered the kids quesadilla.
You have a beard.
I know, but maybe
They don't know
I'm
that
getting
when you
it
buy
for
it
my
online.
kid. Yeah, maybe it's not for me.
Yeah, maybe you are, except you weren't.
I know, I didn't.
All right.
Anyway.
Boo Bucket available now.
Boo Buckets available. And finally, Raising Cane's is releasing new limited edition glow-in-the-dark Halloween spooky cups for just $1.39. Raising Cane's is lighting up spooky season this year with a glowing twist. The beloved chicken chain has officially launched the 2025 glow-in-the-dark Halloween cup, bringing a fun and collectible flair to every combo order just in time for October.
Is this at Raising Cane's?
Yes.
There's a lot going on.
Well, I just gave you 3 spooky Halloween items at fast food chains that you can go get. You're welcome.
Now, why did you tell me to bring a black shirt? Which I was not supposed to say on there.
You're not. What are you doing? Just you don't have to.
Don't say it.
Just why don't you just don't say that? Don't say that.
Okay.
There you go.
This
I
is
didn't
too
say
much
it.
information.
Hit
Everyone
the,
knows what your costume is now.
Hit the
Right.
button.
Because I know John. He's like, so what are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. What I thought you were thinking more for the Halloween event at iHeart as opposed to the show.
You going out tomorrow?
No.
You're gonna get fired.
No. Do I need to be there tomorrow? Is the Halloween event a mandatory event?
No. But if you don't go, everyone's gonna be looking. Everyone's gonna be looking at you like.
Well, tell him I'm a ghost. Is she?
She's taking roll. Yeah. She's
All
like,
right.
where's
Then
John?
dress
Schaefer?
up like me.
You don't have to go. It's fine.
I don't think I can make it
What do you mean?
because you got
can't make
Jones
it?
has a parade.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, it's cool.
It's well. Here, I'll pull the email right now.
John can be the invisible man.
Yeah, I'm the invisible man. Exactly.
Yeah, it says here it's optional.
Okay, optional.
Yeah.
There's that I'm gonna optionally not be there, right?
Yeah. But everybody, if you dress up, there's 3 different categories that are going to be judged. Overall best costume, the people's choice. Overall most innovative costume, and the best group costume. There'll be prizes for all 3 winners.
Would we technically be a group costume? Because is a group more than one person?
Well, for our costume that we would
Yes.
need to do, it's group. Yes, it is, John. Oh my gosh.
It's been a long day.
Ugh.
Is this over yet? All right, we
Is
do
the
want to
show
thank. We want to
over
thank.
yet?
We want to thank.
Play
Mesa.
the damn music, Brent.
We want to thank Mesa. Thank you for having us out here. We want to thank Broken Yoke. We want to thank the Aztecs men's basketball team. They're getting ready for Tuesday night. The opener.
Billy from Philly, Broken Yoke, Brian Dutcher, Mesa, Caroline, everybody, thank you for having us. This has been a fantastic broadcast.
Let's do it again soon. Get to Broyo when you're coming to Aztec basketball games. Get here pre-game, post-game, home games, away games. Get to Broyo here at San Diego State. Sean Lewis Show on the other side, 1 full hour with the head coach of
Where
the
John
Aztecs.
asks, Coach
Are you the
Lewis,
coach of
are
the
you a
team?
coach? You like coaching?
Sean Lewis Show on the other side for everyone here. For Brent and Jim, I'm John. Thank you, Mike Usher. Engineering as well. Keep it here. Sean Lewis Show coming up next on San Diego Sports 760.
Okay.
Peace.
Bye-bye.